back to another episode of the Running Back Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Alexander, alongside Coach Ali.
Yo, what's up?
I just don't have the patience anymore sometimes, man.
Hey, y'all gonna start hating on me, man.
Yeah, we're going to start unmuting your mic, man. We're going to stop hating on you.
All right, bet.
And, of course, joined to my right by the infamous Uncle E. What's going on, man?
Man, what's up, partner? How you doing? YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple. Hopefully soon.
What?
With the Twitch.
Hey,
oh
man.
Everything.
After that Warzone session, bro, we got to get Twitch going, bro.
It was funny as hell,
bro.
That was hilarious.
DJ Killer, that was for you over there.
Yes, but we have an incredible show for you guys today. The NBA is officially back on our TVs. It was so good to see open. I think we had a great opening night.
It was good. It was good.
I was entertained.
It was a great.
Are you not entertained?
And then even the slate of games that followed it up the day after were all pretty entertaining. Of course, a lot of news in the NBA surrounding the NBA 75th anniversary team. As you all may or may not know, the NBA is celebrating its 75th anniversary this year. So there's a lot of stuff that's been surrounding that. And of course, that list, there's some controversy on that list. And
what a joke.
Yeah, we're going to get to that for sure. As well as, going through college football pretty quickly, as well as some NFL news. But yeah, man, it's going to be a fun one. It is going to be a fun show, and I'm excited. And our pop culture topics today, hey, they solid. This might be one of the most difficult ones we've done on pop culture.
Super fucking difficult. Oh my goodness.
It's crazy, man. So yeah, man, but not leave you hanging. Ali, do you want to take us into our first segment?
First segment. Hold on 1 second. I was like, I gotcha. NFL. Week 6 happened last week. Very, very good games. Thursday night football, we got Buccaneers and Eagles. Buccaneers looked great early, and then they did not look great late in the game.
That was way too close. No. That scoreline suggested it was close the whole time. Yeah, it wasn't.
The Buccaneers was up big, and then guess they did.
Took the foot off the gas.
I want to point to how they let Jalen Hurts run free. They let him, they had him pretty well contained as far as throwing the ball, and they made Jalen Hurts look like Lamar Jackson. There's no reason for that. Jalen Hurts can scramble, he's quick and do all those things, but he didn't get the yardage total, but they were letting him get for huge first downs. They let him get into the end zone twice. I mean, at some point you just gotta take that away. But yeah, man, for somebody contending for the Super Bowl and another team that's gonna probably have a top 10 pick in this upcoming draft, that game was way too close.
Yeah. But Bucs, they look good in the first 3 quarters, and
foot off the gas every time.
Yeah,
every time.
Jaguars with their first win
in
London.
Yeah,
London bridges. Something shit like that. I don't know what's the song called.
What the fuck?
They had to go overseas to get their first win. That's crazy.
Yeah, they can't win in the United States. That's crazy. Imagine we had the only win.
I mean, would you say though, in watching that game, to me, I would say the Dolphins lost that game more than the Jaguars won it. And, I think there was horrible decision making from Tua, beginning to end. There was nothing that I saw that was overly impressive from him. And I don't want to be too hard on him because he's a young quarterback, but I mean, I feel like we've got between 6 games this year and his games last year, I feel like we have enough of a sample size to say that.
I don't think we have enough. I think he's been too hurt for us to even remotely think we have enough.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think. I think we got a big enough sample size.
Not enough to make a certain judgment on him. Not even close.
I will go on and say that his decision making is poor, and he is not. And I doubt that he will become an elite quarterback.
If the trade goes, I think he might even do better in Houston.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll
see if that trade happens. But Jaguars. I feel like
in Tottenham Stadium too.
I feel like Jaguars just
that was Wembley.
That was Wembley.
Yeah,
Tottenham's there. You sure?
The Tottenham was the week before.
Okay.
I just think Jaguars just
don't have
very inexperienced. That's why they lose games. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Next game are Vikings and Panthers. The Vikings pull it out in an overtime game.
Shocking.
It was It was an interesting game overall. Kirk Cousins had a pretty solid game, 33 of 48 for 373 and 3 touchdowns. This was Dalvin Cook's kind of healthy return. You know, he's been banged up the last couple of weeks. He's been in some lineups, but for the most part, they've kind of limited his snap count and everything like that. But they gave him back full reins, and he turned those 29 carries into 140 yards and a touchdown. So safe to say, he's back fully healthy.
Yeah. Next game, Chargers, Ravens.
I don't want to hear. I got this. We slapped them. Absolute out fucking played. I don't ever want to hear no, oh my goodness, man, they beat the Browns. Oh, man, it might be a really close game. It's never a close game. Beating the Browns is a joke. Oh, my bad. Dang, I said that out.
So Lamar Jackson went 19 to 27, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, but he got it done on the ground with some support from Devontae Freeman and Latavius Murray.
Le'Veon Bell got one too.
And Le'Veon Bell, the trio of running backs that they threw out were able to get home. And Justin Herbert just struggled against that defense. He was getting pressured constantly by Calais Campbell and Jason Oweh. I mean, there wasn't much he could do. He was under duress.
Man. Deshaun Elliott with Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey doesn't get enough respect in this league as one of the top secondaries.
I think it's only because he plays alongside Marcus Peters.
Yeah, so
okay, fair enough.
It is what it is.
But Marlon Humphrey's great though.
LA Rams beat the Giants in the 1067th unique different final score, something like that.
Oh, 38-11?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, NFL history was made last week.
Game was nothing that we wouldn't expect. Matthew Stafford did what you expect he would do against a team with 1 win.
NFL, just mad numbers, some light. Light.
This is funny.
Colts stomp a mud hole in the Texans, 31-3. Davis Mills looked like a rookie, an unprepared rookie. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They obviously weren't able to get into the end zone. Carson Wentz throws 2 touchdowns, and Jonathan Taylor gets 2 on the ground. Houston's not a good team. They're going to be fighting for that number 1 overall pick as well, but Detroit is still winless, and Houston got to win. So
right now they're still losing that one. Chiefs beat Washington. Patrick Mahomes the Chiefs look a little bit better now. Like we said, they start off 1-3 and then won the last 2 games. So some upside for the Kansas City fans. But
upside.
Patrick Mahomes was great. You know what I'm saying? He did have 2 turnovers, but I think he looks solid.
Patrick Mahomes.
He's killing it for me in fantasy. He's not. I thought about benching him.
Hey, speaking of fantasy, thank you for segueing because I didn't want to mention it, but I was about it. How'd you guys do?
I won. You lost again, bro.
Yeah, my team sucks.
You remember when we picked out the teams?
You remember? I remember. I vividly just remember him saying. I even asked who's got the worst team. He said, "Still you, still me, still me." And I think I got the best record between us.
They started you 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm 4-2.
How are you? Below 500? Yeah, I know. Shut it.
So anyway, so the Chiefs managed to pull it out. Also, news with that is the whole Sean Taylor thing and the whole controversy about Jackson Mahomes standing and dancing on the number, disrespectful stuff. Kind of was crazy, but
I mean, Jackson, his brother's a douche, and not in the most lightest way. He's
only relevant because of his brother.
No, and the thing is, y'all remember he threw that water on the Ravens fans in the Ravens Chiefs game. This dude's out of his mind. You know what? Man,
he's gonna get himself banned from stadiums.
He's gonna get banned. Isn't he a quarterback himself?
No,
he's not.
No,
he don't play high school.
He doesn't do anything mildly athletic.
Fucking lame. What?
So moving to the next game,
Packers
divisional rivalry matchup. Packers.
Is it a rivalry? Because Packers, remember, Aaron Rodgers.
He told that fan,
I own you.
I still own you.
22-5 against the Chicago Bears.
That nigga's only lost 5 times to this team. That's crazy.
Bro,
you play him twice a year, and you've only beat this man 5 times.
That's so sad.
That's wild, bro.
He owns you. He always will own you.
He does own
I don't ever.
Aaron Rodgers is the baddest man on the field.
That was one thing. That was the hardest thing to ever I feel like Chicago really got Aaron Rodgers is like what Trae Young is to New York.
They hate that nigga there, bro.
Oh my god. Bengals beat Lions. Easy dub for Bengals fans. Lions just struggling. I don't know what to tell you.
They fighting for that number 1 overall pick, man.
And hey, I'm not gonna lie. They trying to duplicate 2008 all over again.
Cardinals absolutely demolished the Browns. It never looked close. Defense played horribly.
Kyler Murray had a day.
The offense looked out of sync. It was a loss that we deserved to have.
4 tutties for Kyler Murray.
At one point, they tried to make it look close and it looked competitive, but ultimately they just couldn't put it together, nor could they keep momentum going. And, the not having either tackle in that game and all that stuff just comes back to hurt you when you got J.J. Watt rushing on the other side.
That just, shocked me after I was watching, no, because I completely forgot he signed for the Cardinals. I slipped my mind because aside from D-Hop getting A.J. Green, I just whoa, when did J.J. Watt there the whole time? I'm man.
They have a
you
really...
You didn't forget, in the offseason, he had a fucking T-shirt. He was like, I'm going here.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt, the source.
I'm sorry, man. J.J. Watt just completely slipped my mind.
I'm the source.
Yeah, honestly, the hero for that defense in that game was Isaiah Simmons, flying all over the field. That kind of safety linebacker hybrid. Arizona seemed to have figured out somewhere to play him as kind of like a box safety, and it seems to have been working out for him. He's been playing great for that team. So, yeah, they take apart the Browns in that one.
Cowboys beats Patriots in overtime.
Another overtime game, man.
Dak Prescott still continues to look good.
Hey, but
They got him leading the MVP race right now?
Huh?
They got Dak Prescott leading the MVP race right now?
I mean, he deserves it.
Whoa. As if Kyler Murray ain't up there and Lamar Jackson.
I think those are the top 3.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers has an argument, but coming off of being MVP last year, it's very unlikely he would get it.
Hey, hating ass bitches.
He would have to tear it up.
I mean, it
ain't
far off from happening. But, we're only week 6 in, man. We're good.
Yeah. Mac Jones look good, though.
Mac Jones, as I told you.
He's figuring it out.
Quickly.
He's figuring out.
To only lose but in overtime. It's not on him. It's as a rookie, too.
And why I don't think Dallas is necessarily, good in the sense of they're contending for a Super Bowl. I think they are a hot team with a lot of momentum rolling their way. And I think that matters in football. I think when a team comes in believing, truly thinking, bro, they have no chance. I think that means something. I mean, now it helps having Trevon Diggs getting pick number 7 on the year, Dak Prescott throwing for 445 yards.
CeeDee Lamb is looking amazing.
Nuts. He's insane.
Now you can see the difference between a quarterback throwing to him and Dak Prescott throwing to him. Difference.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And who just saw this from Dalton Schultz, by the way, too? He just,
that defense with Micah Parsons.
All right, listen. Usually this is not the Patriot way to start a rookie quarterback, but Mac Jones might break the mold.
And I think, and like you said, he's only had one real bad game. That second game that they played, where he had 1 touchdown through 3 picks and something like that.
Yeah.
That's the only bad game he's had.
Yeah, because fucking Bill Belichick chewed his ass out for doing that dumbass shit.
That film session was...
Look at Mac Jones, he don't want to throw the ball. Hey, I'm just out here playing backyard football.
Not really a decision maker, guys.
Bruh.
He throw away his the ball like throw away his life. Nah.
And let's look at this. He's throwing to the guys in the wrong jersey, and that's not what we do.
But yeah, man, I think Patriots be all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
this ain't your year.
Yeah, so scratch the season, and this next year y'all gonna
year 2 or 3.
Yeah, y'all be there. Y'all be right back. Y'all be back. Raiders get a 10-point victory over the Broncos. Derek Carr looks solid. 341, 2 touchdowns.
Nothing crazy. Didn't set the world on fire, but didn't need to.
Yeah. This is a coming together win after what went down.
Bridgewater was he was Jameis Winston that day. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
That's Jameis Winston special. How many yards you throw for?
330.
That's a Jameis Winston special.
He spot on.
And he was slinging that thing, but pause.
Yeah, Ali.
He was throwing the ball really well, but he was also
slanging that motherfucker.
Pause.
Definitely pause. Yeah, man. But he had himself an aggressive game out there.
He tried to bring it back, but turnovers killed him.
Could not figure it out. Pittsburgh and Seattle. Seattle falls to 2-4 without Russell Wilson in the lineup. Geno Smith did all he could.
He did a solid game.
23 of 32, 209, has a touchdown. They got 101 yards from Alex Collins, which we all know he is more of a just kind of pick up a yard or two when you need a first down or a touchdown kind of back. So for him to get 101 and for them to still lose is kind of tough. I think the DK Metcalf fumble.
No, Jamal Adams didn't catch that interception.
Also, Jamal Adams needs somebody to catch.
It was right to his fucking helmet.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Secondary looked awful for Seattle, man.
I think it's the worst graded secondary in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken.
Big Bear just throwing the ball everywhere he wanted to do. Hey, Najee Harris looked really, really well. It looked really good.
I wasn't impressed.
Okay.
I thought, I wasn't
impressed either, but I
didn't say he was good. I didn't say, he was phenomenal.
You didn't. You normally do.
Yeah, man. That'd be your thing.
You really held the tongue on that one. But they get it done in OT with a kick from Chris Boswell. And, they beat a bad team. And then the Bills.
So I think this is the game of the week right here.
It was a great game. The Bills and Titans on Monday Night Football. The Titans win it in a very close one, 31-34. High-scoring game. A lot of offense to go around. Josh Allen threw the ball about as well as you could hope for. But that bad man in the backfield for Tennessee, he got off, man.
Is he staying?
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Why would he leave?
Because they only franchise tagged him. You
don't think they're going to extend that man? You don't think the only reason that
the amount of times they've never extended a running back
after
that's
true.
Todd Gurley situation, but I don't even know.
But we're talking about a whole different level of dominance. Derrick Henry's been in MVP conversations.
I know. All I'm saying is
they did pay Ryan Tannehill before they paid Derrick Henry.
Exactly why he would even say no.
But
just putting that out there.
Where would he go? I guess anywhere. Anywhere who got the money to pay him.
And Baltimore looks like I'm just throwing Baltimore. I throw Baltimore in there every time.
I'd be pissed.
Can you imagine that run game with
But yeah, Ryan Tannehill didn't play particularly well in this game. 18 of 29, 216 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. But Derrick Henry with Ryan Tannehill did get one on the ground though. He had 2 attempts. One was for 1 yard, and then he had a 2-yard run for a touchdown.
But let's just focus on the final play that got him the win, right? You seen that final play? Yeah. What was it? 4th and 1, and Josh Allen couldn't get it.
It's tough, man.
If that was Lamar, he would have got the touchdown.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that was like a great play. But I saw the replay again. He slipped.
Yeah, he did.
I think that was a choke right there.
Yeah, man. Overall, I say it was a great week in the NFL.
Thrilling. Great
week around the league. Some OT games, a lot of high scoring. Not too many blowouts. Saw a couple, but I would say for the most part it was some competitive football.
There was one blowout. Baltimore.
And so they were able to throw it together. But there has, that whole week has been into that whole Aaron Rodgers thing was going crazy. They didn't see that the lady had flipped him off before he said that. And I was like, I
was listening to a Pat McAfee show, and it was Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays. And he came on. He was like, I don't remember doing that, but it was just, I just know I had a good series against the Chicago Bears. He said, I love Chicago, but,
I still own that motherfucker.
I own that
What the fuck?
Would you say 22-5?
Mm-hmm. Those numbers are
5 losses all time. You play them twice a year, and you've lost 5 total times.
Which is crazy, right?
I don't know.
And in those 5 losses, how many times do you think he got blew out? Maybe once? Maybe?
I feel like all the losses were like a field goal.
And they was probably shitty weather games. You know what I'm saying?
Cold weather,
and they probably just ran the ball a lot and kept it away from Aaron Rodgers. Because I can't sit here and think that in any of those 5 losses that Aaron Rodgers just get outplayed by the man across from him. I can't think that, accept that.
Nope.
There was the year that Khalil Mack got traded, and it looked like it was going to be the Bears for the win, and this man on something. Aaron Rodgers, bro.
It's a bad man.
Calm down, man. We want to be
We know you
entertained,
own Chicago
man.
and Detroit and Minnesota sometimes.
When he leave, just know the Bears are gonna tear that ass up.
They gonna all them harbored years of anger from Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. They gonna, especially if Justin Fields ends up coming along.
Deshaun Kaiser too.
Who do you guys think is the best quarterback? Top 3 quarterbacks, NFC, AFC.
Lamar,
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick this season.
Yeah, no, he's still the best. Then NFC, Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady hasn't been playing crazy right now, so.
But I mean, he has been playing well.
No.
Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray for sure.
He was struggling like that. I said Kyler Murray. What the fuck?
That ain't 2015
I was more so
Cam
thinking
Newton.
about I mean, it ain't, but. And then who else am I put in for the NFC?
I'll switch your Patrick Mahomes for Justin Herbert.
Not Dak?
Yeah, I put Dak in there. Yeah, Dak.
Yeah, I'll take everything you said besides I switch Patrick for Justin Herbert.
That's fair. I mean, like,
yeah, okay. Yeah.
I can't argue with you. The only because Justin Herbert's been playing much better. But like, if I'm a GM, you got your fucking mind if you think I'm taking Justin Herbert over Patrick Mahomes
This season. No,
I ain't asked you all that question.
I'm just
brought that question.
You feel me? Like, who would you start your team with?
I said top 3 quarterbacks, and he was like, "No, I was on the GM. I pick Patrick Mahomes."
I mean, I would. I still take Patrick Mahomes. He's still a top 3 quarterback in the AFC.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I want to know.
Lamar again.
Chapelle.
Dylon. Let's move on to the NBA.
He said Dylon.
That's a great skit. Dave Chapelle. Oh, love that man.
Foreshadowing.
NBA opening night. It was great. I watched both these games live. It was I like it.
It was fantastic.
I haven't stayed up for a Lakers game in a long time because they always play at 10:30, and I just can't go past midnight.
That game ended around like 2 almost.
Yeah, it was.
It was a late game.
Late game, bro.
I was in and out 4th quarter sleeping.
Bro.
But yeah, it was a good game though. I enjoyed it. Let's start with Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I know they was missing some key pieces. Brooklyn was missing obviously Kyrie Irving and somebody else.
Was Landry Shamet?
I think they actually were. I don't remember playing. And then Milwaukee was missing Dante DiVincenzo, Bobby Portis,
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday would play 1st quarter and then got hurt. Yeah. And then somebody else. But yeah, but the Bucks look good. Look good.
Giannis, his jumper looks smooth. He put up 32, 14, and 7 in the debut. Anytime you get 32 out of him, you get 20 out of Middleton. Shout out to Pat Connaughton and Jordan Nwora combining for 35 points coming off the bench. It wasn't really much.
Allen did well in his first start with the Bucks.
Yeah, he just got paid too. He goes up, puts an efficient 10 points. Just does what he's got to do. Stand there and wait for Giannis to kick the ball to him. Shoot it in the corner, man.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about KD for a minute. That brother is a bad shooter. He's an incredible, filthy motherfucker.
I thought you said he like bad, like he bad.
What are you out of your mind?
The way you said it, like he would make it take like that,
shooter.
Bro, he is. There are some shots I see him take.
Bro, he took this little hop step jumper. I was like, it was just all nasty. This dude is just pure jumper.
I can't even
pure buckets.
It's one of the hardest things to critique his game because it's almost a flawless game if he would have had a bigger build, But this man, him and James was alright.
No, James was struggling. He was not struggling. That man was trying. He was trying to force everything. I was like, bro, you need to.
And with the new foul rule, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that really.
Because you know he go to the line
let's talk about it.
Yeah. He tried to draw a lot of fouls.
That new foul because the refs have been, for those of you who don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know if you watching the show, but the NBA, like a good league should do, were trying to address some things that the fans found slowed down the game and just didn't really help the product in general. And one of those main things were those kind of lean in fouls when someone fakes a shot or catches a fake and then a defender comes up and puts a hand up and then your offensive player leans into them. The conversation really started around the Olympic times during the trials and all that because the FIBA refs weren't calling it. And so then the response from that turned into, okay, we got to get this into the NBA because fans seem to really like it. And it's not hurting the game to not call these fouls. If anything, it's running smoother, the games are happening faster. We're still calling fouls and these guys still getting to the line, but it looks a lot better on the court. So, yeah, I think that's going to hurt guys like James Harden and all that.
Trae Young. Oh, shit. Trae Young.
Well, I think Trae Young can still make it.
But like,
he does make a big impact at the free throw line, but I wouldn't say Trae Young is nearly as much of a lean-in guy, or if he leans in more so on the drive than a jumper, you know what I mean?
Very true, very true.
So,
yeah, this new rule, James. You know what's funny? A lot of people bring up that comment James made about, I wish I was 7 foot tall and big and run and all that dumb shit.
And then got cooked.
Yeah.
I think that's why. I think that's really what led Giannis. You think I don't got no skill? You think I'm just tall and fast? Bet.
Championship bum.
Yeah. So.
What are you talking about, man?
I think the for me, the Nets should still do good things, but now that you don't have Kyrie, which is a big piece, obviously.
No DeAndre Jordan. Blake Griffin still bummy.
Why'd you just bring up DeAndre Jordan like he was a factor?
That's kind of your thing. I was just making sure I got you.
Who thing?
That's your thing. You always name like the first bum nigga on.
No, that's your thing.
No, that's definitely your thing. I got like months of like footage of you saying.
Go ahead, go pull up, whatever. Go ahead, pull it up. Go ahead, do your homework. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, man. But that there were a lot of storylines to that game. I would say for me, how deep Milwaukee was able to play and kind of keep a good level of consistency going, that can be scary for the league. I mean, obviously, Pat Connaughton's not going to give you 20 every night.
He can get you 10, 12.
He can get you a good 10. He can get you a good 12. I think that's a very reasonable part for me. He's carved out a nice little niche for himself. I mean, because he got ups for real. Like Pat Connaughton has been a dunk contest participant. Like he can drive the ball and get up there. Mm-hmm. And he has a pretty reliable jumper as well. So, you know what I mean? When you got in terms of floor spacing, he can keep the paint a little less clogged for Giannis and hit an open shot if he needs to. But if Giannis is pulling up these jumpers or whatever, or if he's not on the floor, I mean, this was probably some of the best basketball I've seen Milwaukee play without Giannis on the floor. And I think that really
very complete team,
really
team.
counts for something, especially against a team like Brooklyn, who is not deep at all.
Well, for me, I feel like they have pieces to be deep, but their production from the bench they gotta step up. Because when KD go down, sit down, or when James Harden sits down, they need someone to step up. Because
Patty Mills did his thing, but that's about it.
He didn't miss a shot. That's what
Patty Mills did his thing.
I mean, KD put up 32, Patty Mills put up 21, James Harden put up 20. Your next highest scorer had 12.
Who was that?
That's Nick Claxton.
Nicholas Claxton, who started.
What happened to Blake? Big money Blake.
He played on
Yeah, I know. It's a joke. He fucking stinks. He was never good.
Why do you hate this man so much, bro?
Him and Aaron Gordon fucking bums.
What they do to you, bro?
Anyways, let's move on to
They never even met your girl, bro.
Before we move on, what do you think the Brooklyn's chances are with Kyrie or without Kyrie? Like both?
Oh, significant decrease without Kyrie.
I think there's no way they win. There's no way I don't even think they get to the finals without Kyrie.
Like, they go from like top 3 seed to like pushing 6th without Kyrie.
That's just wrong.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Because that bench is weak.
That bench is weak.
And as much as you know, and I know, James Harden is injury prone. And then Kevin Durant's just
We've seen what KD had to do by himself.
Exactly. So let's turn it back and really understand the reality.
6 is crazy though.
Kyrie Irving's not playing, and unless they make a significant trade for him, that's really what they're pushing. Them hamstrings ain't as good as they used to be, James.
Look at me. You look at the camera and say that shit.
No.
I mean, I don't think they'll fall 6.
I think
what are they gonna put it on the shoulders of Blake Griffin?
I think if they fall, the furthest they will fall is 4. They're not gonna go past 4.
Teams are making climbs out here, and
they're not waiting. If they had to fall, I wouldn't say they go past 4.
And are you really gonna trust the coaching of Steve Nash with bum players? Are you really like with one of those guys like getting injured? Are you really just like Steve Nash going to turn it on?
The only thing that I will say about Brooklyn that will play into your point is that there is nobody other than Patty Mills that I trust on that team to do anything in terms of initiating the offense or keeping an offense flowing if there's no James Harden or if James Harden's sitting down. Like
they need to get a point guard.
They gotta get because Patty Mills, he can facilitate, but he's at his best when he can play more of a not even necessarily off the ball or 2 guard.
It's off the ball.
It's kind of like a shared kind of thing, but he's not.
He's better 2 guard.
Yeah,
he's better. That's it.
And then can James Harden stay in shape? All right. Let's go to the next game because I have some strong opinions about the Lakers.
Okay.
All right.
Lakers lost.
I have some things I want to say too about the Lakers too when we get done. Like you said, Lakers go to state, comes back and beats the Lakers by 7 in LA town. And Steph Curry had a shit game.
LA town, huh?
Los Angeles. I'm sorry.
LA town, huh?
You guys are fucking annoying, dude.
LA town, huh? LA town. We're gonna get down some shit. LA town.
So as you were saying, Steph Curry.
No, you got it. No, I got it.
Yeah, Steph Curry's having a shit game, but
let's not playing well whatsoever.
I'm gonna make this prediction: Lakers trade Russell Westbrook before the deadline.
You think he don't make it a full season?
I don't even think he can make it past January.
You out of your mind.
I don't disagree.
Thank you.
I can't disagree. I can't say yeah.
It's 1 game.
Hey, we still got our bet, and I can't wait to spend those $10 on something,
You look like you're about to lose that bitch tomorrow, bro. That nigga cannot shoot the ball. That nigga cannot shoot the ball.
It's one game.
Let's talk about Golden State first.
Yeah, because I don't want to take anything away from what they did.
Golden State looks really, really well. And then when they insert Klay Thompson, it just makes them that much better. First of all, they're deep. They're deeper than I thought.
Otto Porter, deep.
I didn't know they were that deep until that game. I was like,
Moses Moody, deep.
They didn't have 3 people.
Kuminga didn't play.
Kuminga didn't play. Wiseman didn't play, and Klay obviously didn't
play.
Oh my god.
So they played 10 people deep
with the Steph Curry off night,
and
won that game.
3 of your guys that's supposed to be in the rotation didn't play. Come on now.
Come January.
3 key guys. James Wiseman's a starter. Obviously, Klay coming back is a starter. Mm-hmm. And Kuminga's probably 7th, 8th guy in the rotation. Mm-hmm. Maybe not even that low. Probably 7th. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Hey, shout out Jordan Poole, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Hell of a game.
Toscano Anderson.
Yeah.
I just like
Juan Toscano Anderson. He did play a good game. However, I will not hear any shit from anybody about Draymond Green being an elite player. He looked terrible last night. He's bad.
It's only one game, you said. It's only one game.
He's been bad.
It's only one game.
Draymond Green has 6, 8, and 6.
Draymond Green sucks.
It's only one game.
He sucks.
He had 5 turnovers.
Draymond Green has never been good at basketball. He was put in a perfect situation, and y'all let that really, like, the nigga is 6'7" Patrick Beverly.
DPOY?
He's 6'7" Patrick Beverly. If Patrick Beverly was 6'7", he would have been a DPOY.
No.
Draymond Green never took nobody out of a game, ever.
It makes him clutch defensive plays.
I hate this slander over Draymond.
Draymond Green never took a nigga out of a game.
I mean,
Rudy Gobert has locked down centers.
Dwight Howard has cost the Jazz games.
Rudy Gobert cost the NBA games. That's the only nigga that blocked the whole league.
You foul for that. He said he was sorry, dog.
Boy, did you see how he's smothering microphones just like bare hand?
That shit was wild, bro. But no, Draymond Green sucks, and he's always sucked. I know there's people watching this show who truly believe that Draymond Green is a great player and is and some. I don't think anybody thinks he's all time great, but there's some people who think Draymond Green's a great player. He's not. He's a player.
24% from the field, Steph Curry.
He's a great opportunist.
God damn.
You said 24%.
Can we just say that LeBron James,
he looked good, nigga,
and Anthony Davis
did they
both scoring
30 plus.
30 plus. That's a recipe for a win, and they still
LeBron
lost.
had 33 and AD had 31 or 30.
No, LeBron had 34 and AD had 33. Both had double doubles.
So 67 points.
So you're telling me they still
and
lost?
they lost that game.
When you look at the Russell,
Westbrook. No. Not only Westbrook was shitty. Fucking DeAndre Jordan should never ever play for this fucking team.
He's a
ever.
starter.
No.
Dwight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I seen that shit, you telling me you put DeAndre Jordan in for 13 minutes and said, "Hey, this guy gonna play"? No, this man should not play a game ever again. He should retire and stop fucking playing basketball.
You know what upsets me about some of these coaches? Frank Vogel is good at drawing up plays. His rotations are fucking trash. He had Rondo and Westbrook on the court together. He had a lineup of Rondo, Westbrook, and Melo. It's too.
I understand experimenting, but you should know your fucking personnel.
That's what the preseason is for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should
And
know.
practice.
You should know your personnel. Why the hell would you put two non-shooting ass niggas, Rondo and Westbrook, at the same time? Now you have no perimeter shooting. You forcing Carmelo to shoot all his shots. He is not 25. He is 37, 38 years old.
This ain't Melo with the braids, my boy.
What the fuck? Lie, bro. This is what happens when Jason Kidd leaves your organization.
I don't think Frank Vogel's ever been good at rotations. I don't think that's been his thing. He is good at Frank Vogel. If there is a play that you need to get a bucket, Frank Vogel will draw you up a great play to be executed. Mm-hmm. In terms of rotation, knowing his personnel and who to put on the court together to make it work, he's ass. He's been ass.
I don't know why you think DeAndre Jordan was ever good to be better than Dwight Howard.
Nigga, you watched Dwight Howard, bro.
You had Dwight Howard on your team.
He played for you, bro. And you gonna put a star who a star. Hey, play. I don't even know what I'm talking about. A star. Hey, I meant to say starter.
You got a supporter than this guy.
No. President Frank over here.
And your favorite nigga from the LA Lakers. So he's picking you every time.
Favorite. You put a starter over Dwight Howard. What is your deal, bro?
You probably think you related to Big Mike.
No, Dwight Howard fits the system way better. He knows the fucking playbook.
He's smarter. He's more athletic. He plays the center at a much better rate. And in terms of being a pick and roll partner,
that's why
for LeBron, Westbrook, or any of them guys, Dwight Howard is much better.
That's why they won the ship. Run that double big with him and AD.
Bro, are you crazy?
This was nice. I needed
for the Lakers. So one thing I wanted to point out that I heard on a lot of shows.
Talk to me.
What do you think the Westbrook's role should be in order for this team to succeed?
Out of there. Get Buddy Hield, who you should have got. Made more sense, huh? Out of there. Get that fool out of there.
In a different uniform.
Boy, send him back to Washington. They look better without him.
Oh my God.
They just had to get rid of Kuzma, bro.
What's your idea?
His role. Look, I know it's not possible because of how much money he makes. Russell Westbrook should be coming off the bench, though.
That's the same thing I said. Listen.
Rondo is much better in the starting lineup for this team. What they need, Westbrook he can't. I know it's one game, but watching that looked painful.
So for me, what Frank Vogel needs to do, right? Because you cannot take the alpha dog out of Westbrook. It's just hard. He's been doing that since KD left his ass. So he's been ingrained in his brain.
Alpha. How about you take the motherfucking nigga out of
take the jersey
LA,
off of
Let me finish. Mm-hmm. But so what I think Frank should do, right, he should create a lineup where Westbrook doesn't have LeBron or AD, and like kind of have him like make it similar to what he had at OKC. So give him Malik Monk, give him Carmelo, give him DeAndre, or they give him the type of players that he would need to thrive off of.
You would want to have it in a situation like we saw with this, especially so early Boston with JT and Jaylen Brown, and obviously we'll talk about it, but we would see they both would start the game,
right,
and then Jaylen Brown would go to the bench early in that first quarter, like 5 minutes left, something like that. JT closes out that fourth, and then when they come back for that second lineup, Jaylen Brown's in there leading that second unit until JT's ready to fully go. So something in that ballpark.
None should start for the Lakers.
I mean, anyone but Westbrook should start at point guard for the Lakers. That's why I'm saying, like, if you give him that kind of lineup, you give him a little moments in the game, like, all right, I can be myself in this moment until LeBron and AD come back on the court. And that way he still has that momentum going, and maybe when LeBron, him, AD, and the rest of the starters come in, they can...
Because 35 minutes and 8 points, bro.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Hot take right here.
Tell me.
Past 3 years in current Russell Westbrook is a cancer to any starting five. Absolute abysmal.
It's. I mean, listen again. One game, small sample size with this. We all knew that it was going to take some time for this lineup to work.
His plus minus was -23.
That's disgusting.
Dog, whoa.
Wait, just for comparison, who had the next lowest?
-10.
He 13 points.
And that was Malik Monk, but Malik Monk wasn't in the worst spots ever.
I was about to say.
Hold on. What was his minutes? What was Malik Monk minutes?
Not 35.
At 19 minutes.
Oh.
So about half the minutes. A little more than half the minutes.
Bro, -23?
That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
If this continues to happen, so like Tim Legler, he was on First Take, he was like, he might not ever be able to shoot the ball well ever in this lineup unless he takes that step back or whatever.
Sometimes you just got to be the third nigga, bro.
Yeah. He might have to be the fourth.
Lakers. If you're listening to me right now, trade Westbrook and maybe a pick, second rounder for Ben Simmons. I promise you, it works out every time. It works out.
Defensively, that team would be filthy.
Oh
it
my
works
God.
out every time.
That's a giant ass lineup.
That's a big ass lineup.
It works out
that
every time.
Short guy is 6'5". Malik Monk.
I was going to say Ben Simmons, Malik Monk, LeBron, AD, and whatever center they roll out there. Hopefully not DeAndre Jordan.
God. Imagine LeBron or Ben Simmons coming out of the court bringing it. What the fuck?
Can you imagine the rebound numbers that team would do?
It works every time.
My God.
But is Philly willing to trade for Russell Westbrook, though?
At
Him
this
and Joel
point,
Embiid hate each other.
At this point,
they won't hate each other.
Yeah, they do. They got beef.
They always got beef. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, at this point, Philly. Is anyone willing to take Ben Simmons from Philly after his debacle?
What you jumping?
I'm sorry. I was just making the trade conversation. He asked me the question.
It's just I don't know, man. I think because one of the main things that they wanted with Westbrook over Buddy Hield, one of the things that they perceived to be more valuable was that Russell Westbrook could handle the ball. They wanted him to bring the ball.
They don't need a nigga to handle the ball. They run back around, though.
They wanted Russell to handle the ball so that LeBron could slide to the 2 or 3 and just play off ball, score, and not have to, you know what I'm saying, be on ball for the offense to go. However, right now, that shit looking mad shaky.
Bro, they got like 30 other point guards commed. Like, they should never even looked at him.
Well, I mean,
Buddy Hield would have been perfect.
Yeah,
consistent shooter.
Sacramento was asking for a lot. So.
Yeah, Sacramento was asking for a lot. But having Buddy Hield
didn't have that much to give. So
having Buddy Hield to spot up and shoot for him.
Shit, LeBron had a field day with these niggas.
Yeah, he would have.
What do you think Golden State? After watching this game, what do you think Golden State's chances are to make the Western Conference Finals?
I still don't think it's that great.
Hold up. If they get all their players healthy and back, yes, strong. And looking at it this way, right? Their only competition with, like, Clippers aren't going to be there because Kawhi timetable, we don't fucking know. Mm-hmm. And then you got Lakers shaking up like this. I mean, aside from, like, Utah Jazz and possibly Phoenix, Maybe Dallas if we're lucky. Not after yesterday's fucking game. like if anything, Golden State looks strongest to you. Like be number one.
So then, what about the Nuggets? Then, cause you writing the Nuggets off then?
See, they're still Jamal
the
Murray.
Nuggets just always feel like they're a year away from being a year away. Even with
you know what? They're like the old classic saying. They're almost halfway there.
But to the Western Conference Finals, I just don't know. Trust me, I believe a lot in Steph Curry. I really do. Obviously, I know how I feel about Jonathan Kuminga. So when he comes back, I think that's going to be a huge boost for them. Mm-hmm. Moses Moody, I honestly think the only reason you didn't see him play more in that game is because of what Jordan Poole was doing.
Jordan Poole going to be MIP.
The depth.
Yeah.
Otto Porter off the bench.
They put 11 niggas out there yesterday.
Bro. Once Klay Thompson, you can bring Jordan Poole off the bench.
That's going to be filthy.
Jonathan Kuminga off the bench. You got so much depth between like Kevon Looney and James Wiseman. What the fuck? And
they've solved one of their main problems, or one of the biggest things that we've always criticized Golden State of being not a great defensive team. They still don't have, I don't think, a great defensive presence in the post, but the way that they were chasing the Lakers off the 3-point line.
That's what they have to do.
Yeah, like they took the perimeter away for real. Like
if you have Westbrook, did they really take away the perimeter? Been gone since he got on the fucking floor. What?
Yeah, I can't wait to have a healthy Klay Thompson back in the NBA. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Let's get through these games so far. Charlotte, Indiana. LaMelo had a phenomenal game.
Career high.
31.
He's in his second year. Calm down.
Career high.
He'll probably get more career.
He definitely will get above that. Gordon Hayward gave him a great support with 27. Miles Bridges poured in 13. Kelly Oubre got 14 in his
Hornets debut. A lot of points in fantasy.
Can you tell me PJ Washington's numbers, please?
He had 5, 3, and 5. He hit a really big three though.
That man missed 6 shots. He was ass.
He hit a really big three though, and he iced 2 free throws.
Stop. I'm sorry. I'm pulling for PJ. This is beyond basketball for you, brother.
It's bigger than the game.
So much bigger than the game.
Yeah, Indiana still looks good. No, Justin Holiday played solid.
Chris Duarte in the debut,
27 buckets.
That's what we expect this from older rookies. You know, they come in a little more NBA ready.
Playing for 3 years already.
Yeah, man, they come in a little more NBA ready. Chris Duarte was no exception to that rule. I don't know. I hope he can continue this. Mm-hmm. Because I think a good wing /2 is just what Indiana needs to make some noise as far as the playoffs goes. Because I think Sabonis and Turner are a great 1-2 in the front court. But they got to figure out so the front court for them, is really solid. And obviously, the back court can be better. But, Malcolm Brogdon obviously is the star that we know he can be. But if Chris Duarte can continue to play like this, man, it'll be good. But the next game on the docket, probably
on the docket.
That's what I just said. On
the docket, man.
Yeah, y'all can make in front of me and shit. Nigga said docket. What the fuck is that?
What's a docket?
Yeah, tell me.
It's the same thing as an itinerary.
Yeah, it is. I just thought it was weird. Like he never used the word docket, but
don't ever correct me on the show, man. Anyway, the next game up.
Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks, motherfucker.
On the docket, that's what really got us on the docket.
Hey man, listen, Jaylen Brown came out to play.
Hey, I got him on my fantasy team. He gave me 83 points.
I told you keep that.
I almost traded that nigga for that package. Ooh,
I told you trade was ugly, bro.
Yeah, man. They came out and they played well. Jason Tatum struggled a little bit.
Jason Tatum cost him the game.
Yeah.
Nah, it's simple as that. I ain't gonna cap.
I don't. Yeah.
You got 15 from Grant Williams. He never do that. 16 from.
That's facts. That's about Grant Williams.
16 from Robert Williams. 15 from Marcus Smart. 12 from Schroeder. 10 from Langford got 10 points. You telling me you got 7 people in double digits and you still lose? Come on, JT.
Yeah.
Come on, JT.
Yeah, that's.
You shot 23%. Come on, JT. Come on, man.
You know who they missed? Taco Fall.
I just, sometimes.
Cleveland's so lucky to have him.
I just hope one day.
What'd I do?
You shut the hell up.
Anyway, back to the Knicks look good though. They look good.
Yeah, I don't want to take nothing away from the Knicks. The Knicks played great basketball.
Julius Randle with 35
Julius
and
Randle
9.
might be really like this, man.
Oh, he triple double. Almost triple double.
Got Kemba Walker play. Did he even play?
No, it ain't about him. It's about Evan Fournier, nigga.
Yeah, Kevin Walker played like bum ass.
Yeah,
Kevin Walker.
he played.
He played like Charlotte. Kevin Walker.
Evan Fournier though.
He looked like.
And you want to talk about clutch, but like it's not even just the fact that he dropped 32. You know what I'm saying?
It was an efficient 32.
And it was when he was dropping 32. He said, "Oh, bet fourth quarter and OT. Let me do this." And Obi Toppin got a lot of big buckets as well. He only had 14, but like he was really just. He looks like if he figures out a way to be aggressive and they can keep. Because him and Julius Randle play a similar style of game, so it's hard for them both to be on the court at the same time.
Yeah, they should never be on the court.
Never be on the court at the same time. Obi can shoot the ball a little bit better, like minusculely better, but they can't be on the court at the same time.
Minuscule, I like that word.
I'm using my vocabulary today.
Steve A. Smith Jr. over here. But RJ looked good too. You know what I'm saying? Nice little third option they got there.
Man, he's turned into the third option. That's crazy.
I mean, Evan Fournier, a pure bucket.
I mean, was he ever going to be a number one option?
That's what they brought him there for.
RJ Barrett?
He wasn't going to be the number one option.
When they
I see what he's
when
saying.
they drafted him third overall, you drafted nigga third overall to be a third option on your team?
Yeah, fair point. But they also picked up really well, so.
Yeah, so. Once Kim Walker start getting his shit together, you know what I'm saying, this team will be nice. Still a 6 seed, but you know, they still be nice.
It's gonna be a nice 6 seed.
Like best 6 seed in NBA history.
6 seed, boy, they gon'.
And garbage ass Kevin Knox didn't play because
that nigga need to stay in the Westchester, New York Bockers.
Knickerbockers.
Yeah, he'll never need to play an NBA game ever again. Stay his ass in D League.
Damn, he said ever.
That nigga's trash. NBA trash.
And see, just for the record, I hate when you call somebody trash and they be like, but they better than you. That's their fucking job.
They made it to the NBA. They're the 1% of the fucking world.
Not even NBA. They not handing out scholarships to niggas like me playing basketball. But you know what I can do better than all of them? I can design a fucking building better than all of those niggas. You know why? Because I went to school for it. Stupid ass nigga. Man, and it's my job. What is wrong with them? Close out the rest of these games.
What's on the nigga with his construction degree?
Imagine telling your plumber, you trash, they're better than you. This is your job. My leaky faucet's still leaky.
Like, I get better haircuts than you. That's it. You don't like your haircut at your barber, man. Man, this haircut ass. I can give a haircut better than you can give yourself. That's your job, nigga. Anyway, Bulls beat the Pistons 94-98. The Wizards
look good. And they lost, but they look good.
They didn't lose.
They look good.
They won.
Yeah, they won. I was about to say they didn't lose.
They won the game.
I said they didn't lose.
You said they did.
You said they lost.
You said they
I
lost.
said they didn't.
We'll replay that.
Okay.
I
mean, I'll
look at it. Look at it.
That's
It's cool.
No big deal.
Yeah, but they beat them despite being heckled by Drake.
Montrezl was having a great game. Him and Bradley Beal.
Him cussing out the referees because Drake said some shit.
It was good to see the fans back in Toronto. They ain't been there in what they say, like 200 days or some wild shit like that. Crazy.
Imagine it was 3 NBA seasons in 2 calendar years.
Yeah, wow. The Timberwolves beat the Rockets. I'm pretty sure I picked the Rockets to make the playoffs. So for the play-in, not the playoffs. I think I put
y'all
them
niggas silly, bro.
Did I put them in there? I think I did.
Yeah, you put the Rockets in, silly ass nigga.
Yeah, I put the Rockets in. The Timberwolves looked really good. They let Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and D'Lo all get 30 on their heads. Anthony Edwards hit a 3 and then told their coach to call timeout. That was a wild game.
He's got to be like the best showman.
He got to be the best nigga that don't care about basketball I've ever seen.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Philly absolutely destroys the Zionless Pelicans. Also, Nikhil Alexander Walker had a big game.
I told you about Nikhil Alexander Walker.
It's one game, relax. The Grizzlies.
You did.
He did say that.
He did.
But he said it.
He did. I gotta give him his props.
The Grizzlies.
He ain't wrong all the time.
Grizzlies managed to beat the Cavs 132-121.
Not surprised there.
Not surprised. I'm surprised. Our offense looked great. Defense looked terrible.
What the fuck was that lineup, nigga?
I mean, it
Lauren
worked out.
marketing that small forward.
It worked out scoring wise. We still put up 121.
Y'all won, right? No,
we lost. I just said.
I love.
Hey, this man be paying attention. Y'all talking about me and shit.
I love talking trash about
Your playoff prediction team got stomped by 26. The Magic lose to the Spurs by 26. Oh, now it's the first game.
It's always been the first. Well, I mean, not today.
Utah beats Oklahoma City pretty convincingly, nearly by 20. Shea obviously stars in that game. The Kings they let Harrison Barnes go off. Rashawn got paid this offseason and followed it up with a 21 in 10 games, so shout out to him. And then the Nuggets take down the Western Conference champions in opening night, 98-110. And so that covers.
It's funny. It's funny how you say the Western Conference champion.
I mean, they ain't got no other championship to hold.
Hey,
did y'all see that? I know the side note. Did y'all see the Milwaukee Bucks ring?
Yeah.
How it like detaches and turns into a pendant for a chain too? That shit hard.
That shit expensive as fuck.
Well, nigga win the championship and you ain't gotta pay for it. You got a barcode? I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
Yeah, to take it off, yeah, the barcode. You scan it for some shit. I don't know what's for.
Wouldn't it be crazy like if the QR code like showed Joe highlights and like if you was a nigga like the NASA's to show you clapping?
Let's go on to the next thing, man. Like,
It's so foul. Why you disrespect my nigga like that, bro? He was happy when he got his ring too. You gonna disrespect that man like that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. They're only like the only highlights I remember Thanasis is the clapping, and like he never scores, but he yams like he tries.
That niggas, it's not shit, bro.
He is like the definition of almost.
What the fuck they got for Dante DiVincenzo QR code? It's just him
In
getting
a
dressed. It's just him getting dressed.
In a cast.
It's the doctors, nigga. That's the. I'm done, bro.
I can't even.
Oh shit! Big news though. In the NBA. Like I mentioned, this year is the 75th season of the NBA, and the NBA is bringing out all the stops to celebrate it. Obviously, starting with that wonderful commercial. That 75th lane commercial, that shit was dope.
Yeah, I like that commercial. That commercial was really good.
That commercial was wild. You see, they put Karl Malone in it because, you know,
should get a promotion.
kids. But
Did Dennis Rodman make the list?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
One of the other things that came from it is this 75 greatest players of all.
It's 7 names already on the list. We gotta go.
So, okay. So I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through these fast. You know what I'm saying? Because there's 75 of these niggas. So I'm going through them fast. This is not the order. The names are simply in alphabetical order, just for reference. Okay. So you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Ray Allen, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Carmelo Anthony, Nate Archibald, Paul Arizin, Charles Barkley, Rick Barry, Elgin Baylor, Dave Bing, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain, Bob Cousy, Dave Cohen's, Billy Cunningham, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Dave DeBusschere, Clyde Drexler, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Julius Erving, Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, Kevin Garnett, George Gervin, Hal Greer,
A dog.
James Harden, John Havlicek, Elvin Hayes, AI, LeBron, Magic, Sam Jones, Michael Jordan, Jason Kidd, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Jerry Lucas, Karl Malone, Moses Malone, Pistol Pete, Bob McAdoo, Kevin McHale, George Mikan, Reggie Miller, Earl Monroe, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq, Robert Parrish, Chris Paul, Gary Payton, Bob Pettit, Paul Pierce, Scottie Pippen, Willis Reed, Oscar Robertson, David Robinson, Dennis Rodman, Bill Russell, Dolph Skays, Bill Sharman, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Nate Thurman, Wes Unseld, Dwayne Wade, Bill Walton, Jerry West, Russell Westbrook, Lenny Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins, and then they threw James Worthy in there as well, because that's 76 niggas and not 75. I don't know why they threw another nigga on the list, but
I'm happy with Dwayne Wade being in there. Deserved.
he should be. 3-time champion.
So 7 names shouldn't be on there.
You know what's crazy? Wait, before you go. I love the fact that Steph Curry is that good that he currently playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the youngest out of the current guys. No,
Dame, I think.
What the fuck was it? Before I digress, Steph Curry, without even a Finals MVP to show for it, this is probably one of the best things.
He should have one, but yeah.
I think Steph Curry just deserved.
The first one should have.
He outplayed. Or actually, no, that's cap. AD is the youngest nigga on this list.
AD should be on this list.
He should not be.
You want to go through the names I mentioned?
I think I capped again. Giannis is the youngest nigga.
Yeah.
He's 26. He's a year and a half.
Another accomplishment for a 26-year-old.
A year and a half older than us, bro.
But do you guys want to go on the names that weren't mentioned?
I got 7 names.
Let's get his 7 names that shouldn't be.
Oh, that
should not be on the list.
No. No. Us to do the next 7 names that got snubbed.
Okay, go ahead.
Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard. Mm-hmm. My God. Vince Carter.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Tony Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace.
Damn, there ain't no Ben Wallace on this list.
Ben Wallace is a 4-time DPOY.
Only nigga, yeah.
4-time
NBA champion.
NBA champion. On defensive team.
No Chauncey Billups either, but
Chauncey Billups, besides the championship, he didn't. I mean,
wait, what?
I mean, over the guy that's his name.
I couldn't put him over anybody you just named. Maybe Wallace, but nah. Actually, nah.
T-Mac.
Maybe.
T-Mac had but Ben Wallace, so 4-time DPOY, 4-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA second team, 2-time All-NBA third team, 5-time All-Defensive first team, led the league in rebounds twice, led the league in blocks. Yeah.
Could you read me Chauncey Billups real quick? Because I think he's got a nice, body work.
Hey man, it's just disrespectful when you just don't have
AUNs.
And then
I think obviously the biggest snub on this list, NBA champion, Finals MVP, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All Defensive. He's got a case.
They got a case, right?
He's got a case for sure.
Especially I think Dwight Howard's probably the biggest.
Dwight Howard is the biggest snub.
For what you said? We said between 4 and 6 years of just pure dominance for Orlando Magic.
There was a point in time that Dwight Howard was a top 3 player in this league. Dwight Howard took the Orlando Magic to the finals, and had they run into anybody else other than Kobe and Pau Gasol in that team, I like their chances.
Very true.
8-time
8-time All-Star. I mean, come on, bro. We talking about somebody getting it done on both sides, has the individual accomplishments and the team accomplishments.
Was Manu Ginobili mentioned?
Nope.
What the fuck?
They ain't put nobody from that Spurs team other than Tim Duncan and again David Robinson. Kawhi Leonard. David Robinson.
What? Yeah. You're telling me they didn't put Manu?
Nope. I mean, they ain't put Tony. They ain't gonna put Manu.
I said Tony go ahead before Manu, but yeah.
And they're both on almost on par.
Yeah. But it's this list is really wild. Like, of everybody that we went through, I think Tracy McGrady is probably like the one where I can be like, okay, I can kind of understand why you did this, because the resume is impressive, but we don't have an MVP. Obviously, there's no championships.
I mean, what makes him different than Carmelo?
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying.
if you're gonna put him in, then they're almost the same guy.
But Carmelo has what T-Mac has in a much larger size, in terms of longevity wise. And I would say that Melo got them to Melo got that team to the Western Conference Finals, and had it not been for Kobe,
Dang, Kobe gotta be just the stopper, bro. He said, "You come."
He said, "Nigga, you and them braids, man."
Bro, see, that's the case. Because if you're gonna I definitely see what you're saying. He did it for a while.
10-time. So, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about 10-time All-Star. I don't know. T-Mac did lead the league in scoring, though.
Exactly. So I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got guys like Damian Lillard, who
Damian Lillard should not be on this list. Damian Lillard and Anthony Davis. I'm upset that those guys are on this list. They are great players right now. They are not all-time greats.
I wonder, did Paul Pierce make the list?
Yes, Paul Pierce should.
Paul Pierce. If he didn't make the list, I mean, I understand why. Not in basketball reasons.
I mean, he got more first-team All-NBA selections. 1-time scoring leader, 2-time scoring leader.
It's almost even if you can take a look.
It's comparable.
And I would like to bring up what Aaron used to say: just if you play in the '60s,
I don't give a fuck.
if you got Bill Russell, you shouldn't care.
I barely care about Bill Russell's. Had he not dominated the way he did, I wouldn't care about Bill Russell's.
Yeah,
because a lot of 60 niggas out here. I'm just like, I mean, they it was good for the era, but like,
they some forgettable niggas.
You telling me you're better than the niggas out? We just got snubbed. I mean, shit. I didn't mention Ginobili. I didn't mention
Yao Ming.
If it wasn't the injuries, bro, yeah, it's tough.
I can't say
Zebo.
Shut up.
I love Zebo too much.
He make a list of 75 all-time real niggas that played. He'd be
like,
number one.
He'd be like
him and Kevin Garnett 1 and 2.
Shit, I'm trying to think.
And then Ben Wallace probably number 3.
Man, I'm really trying to think of people who Alonzo Mourning,
Chris Bosh there. Chris Bosh ain't make this list either, bro.
2-time NBA champion.
2-time NBA champion. I mean, like, come on, like
Pau Gasol.
I was gonna mention him, but
but we also kind of debunked Pau Gasol being a top 10 center. Well, we said he was number 10 or around.
We said 11, but
we said 11. All right.
But
how do you not put Chris Bosh on this list, bro? Because like now I'm really thinking about it. Like if you got like. What are we looking at?
What's the criteria for this? Like,
in terms, because like what are we putting for Melo to have the case over some of these other guys?
But my thing is, me personally, like, what is generally the criteria? Because it's like that Isaiah Thomas quote. I met the criteria,
but I wasn't selected.
See what I'm saying?
I had to double check if he was on the list.
I would say because Ali mentioned something. And I agree with you to an extent where you were mentioning being the best at your position at some point for some extended period of time.
Dominance.
You know what I mean?
Dominance.
I would go as far as to say you exceeding in your role as an all-time great. Because somebody like let's take Tony Parker for an example, right? He's never been in terms of like athleticism, never been up. Like, would you say that Tony Parker's ever been like a top 3 point guard in the league?
The thing is, right?
Like in terms like leading, like you not. He fit the Spurs perfectly, and he did what he did. Like he fit that role at a all time great level. You know what I'm saying? All
right. So I'm gonna go about that in terms of like the point guards that were selected and seeing why. Right. You have IT. Incredible leader for that team.
Obviously won as the best player on that team.
Yep. Won 2 rings. And did it at a time where it was probably the toughest. I think the toughest 2 rings to get. What happened? But what happened?
Steph just put up 45 in there.
Holy mackerel, but
you only won by 2 though.
Because the rest of that team is
IT and even a guy like AI, who hasn't won a ring, but so impactful.
AI changed not only the NBA, but the culture of
the culture, right?
AI is the closest we've ever seen to a guy doing it by himself.
So, me and what I understand why Tony Parker wasn't selected, he wasn't outspoken.
So you think it has just as much to do with a personality as it does with what they did on the court?
Explains why Damien Lillard got picked up.
I think Damien Lillard just has had the moments, like the walk-off shit.
Damien Lillard's
personality.
I think Damien Lillard's the oddest one out here.
Damien Lillard should not be on this list. Damien Lillard is the most.
I love Dame, but he doesn't have anything to say.
He's got nothing. Him and to me, him and AD both don't have anything to stand on here. AD has a championship, yes, but that's like, and he's got the All-Stars, yes. But you telling me that AD is one of the best niggas to ever do it? I can't go.
But see, back to my point. The personality.
Like, is AD a top 5? Is AD a top 5 power forward of all time? Probably not.
Not yet. I think he can get there.
He can get there
if he stays healthy,
but he ain't there now. And him staying healthy is a big ask. That's a big ask.
A big ask, but yeah,
he like Dame is just like, and I feel bad because I feel like I'm like slandering Damien Lillard, but like
it's not slander because it's 75
and we talking
best
about
players of all time. Exactly, right?
Niggas, I just don't feel like Dame, like we mentioned it before, like how we talk about there are players who are great in their era that aren't necessarily all-time greats. Dame is one of those players. He is a top player in this era, but he's not Giannis, he's not KD, he's not Kawhi, he's not LeBron, he's not any of these top tier guys. But he is a star, a superstar even, in this era. Mm-hmm. But when we move to this next era of basketball where, you know what I'm saying, you got LaMelo and Anthony Edwards and these young guys as the top dogs, niggas are not about to, like, Dame is not about to be jostling these dudes to pass the torch or nothing like that. Like,
I think I want to make this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Russell Westbrook is in this,
but Russell Westbrook has an all-time great achievement. It's not a, he's not an. It's I see because I think I know where you're about to go with your point. But Russell Westbrook has the all-time great achievement of the 3 seasons of a triple-double. That's historic.
That is historic, right? But does that make him historic and accomplishments that fulfill the historical moment are almost two different things?
I mean,
right?
But if you're talking about resume, you can't. I mean, you can argue with him his ability to affect winning, but his individual accolades stand up. The All-Stars are there. The MVP is there. The triple doubles are there. So Russ has been.
Can you name me the 3 seeds he's made or the 3 years his seeding? He's,
in terms of affecting winning, he is probably the least valuable on this list.
Chris Bosh affected winning. But Tracy McGrady clearly affected winning.
But we talking about. But Russ has been an MVP. The All-Stars are there. The first team selections are there. And on top of the historic achievement, on individual accolades, he has a lot to stand on.
Kyrie Irving has All-Stars.
He does.
He has a ring, actually.
He does have a ring.
He is, I think, if there is a debate on who is the most clutch NBA player of all time, he might even... He is in that conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It would be Kobe, Mike... You could argue Bron, and then I think as you got to it, like if you was doing like a top 10 list, Kyrie probably is in there 9 or 10 somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So, again, another facet where Russell Westbrook making the one achievement, and don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic achievement. I won't take away from that achievement.
Yeah.
But is it enough to make him one of the greatest of all times? Not even close. No, that's a little far-fetched. No. I'm going to say no. Not even close.
But that compared and paired with an MVP with, I don't even know how many All-Star selections Russ has. It's got to be...
I'm going to say 8.
It's got to be at least 8. Close to double digits, if not double digits. 9-time All-Star, MVP, 2-time first team, 5-time second team, 2-time third team, been a scoring champion, assist leader. That's he's got a resume to stand on here.
But you telling me Tony Parker resume don't beat that?
Tony Parker went out there getting triple doubles, man.
You telling me Tony Parker resume don't beat that?
I mean, he got the rings. Russell Westbrook don't have shit to say back to that.
He don't got one Finals MVP?
Who?
Tony Parker doesn't have one Finals MVP?
Tim Duncan won.
Oh,
he might have one.
I think he got one.
Oh. Another accolade that is not like in the hands of Russell Westbrook.
But you know what's one thing niggas never said about Tony Parker? They never said he was the best player in the league.
Again, another thing. He doesn't have the personality. Very quiet dude. Not as outspoken. I think the most outspoken thing is when he cheated on Eva Longoria. Only thing that's the most outspoken.
He's got it. I think Tony Parker might have one.
Come on.
You ain't just want to go to my man's Wikipedia page?
You want to do it?
He's supposed to be the tech guy.
I know, right? I mean, that's me. But
I'm saying I'm not a tech guy, motherfucker. I don't see it. Yeah, he has 2007.
Mm-hmm.
A 4-time champion, Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star, 3-time. Yeah.
Again,
5 All NBA.
but like,
4 All NBA.
but like, if that's the case, what's Chris Paul? Like Chris Paul, like really?
Chris Paul?
My bad. I was.
That's
What the fuck is that
that's
nigga?
the fourth ball brother, man.
He's adopted.
I mean, he looked like LeVar. But I mean, like, what's Chris Paul's case if we're not putting Tony Parker?
Chris Paul is arguably the top 5 point guard of all time.
That is facts.
But the accolades. What are the accolades?
I literally, everyone can tell you he's going to end up.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
I think he has like every record in Hornets history, basically.
All I'm saying.
11-time All-Star, 4-time first team, 5-time second team, 1-time third team, 7-time All-Defensive team, Rookie of the Year. Led the league in assists 4 times, led the league in steals 6 times. I mean, what more you want from the nigga?
All I'm saying is,
as a 6-foot nigga playing in the NBA.
what are the criteria that says Tony Parker can't be in it, but Chris Paul can, Russell Westbrook
Don't
can?
say Chris Paul like he
I'm not saying like Chris
I'm
Paul
about to
ain't
say,
it. Like, I'm not just saying. I'm just saying.
tossed his name out there like that ain't Chris Paul.
Damian Lillard, all right, fine.
Yeah, that's more acceptable.
Carmelo Anthony, even.
Yeah, sure. But I think there's some
The
things
fact that Anthony Davis is ahead of Tony Parker is a fucking joke.
Yeah, Anthony Davis
that's
is
disrespectful.
over Dwight Howard is crazy.
The fact Dwight Howard is I think we can agree is the biggest snub on this list. In terms of individual dominance, nobody else on this list at one point was the best in their position. Like anybody who was left off this list, I'll say, was not, at no point was probably the best in their position, other than maybe T-Mac.
You want to search up like names off the 75, like names off.
That's pretty much what I said.
I was about to say, I think that list that Ali had
Yeah,
was
I gotta
Pau
see.
Gasol. Yeah.
I really got it. Oh my god.
Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol, Vince Carter. Oh,
kid-
Mutombo? Oh shit.
He got he's another 4-time DPOY,
I don't know.
8-time All-Star, 6-time All-Defensive, and 3-time All-NBA.
Bruh.
And AD made this look. Man, that shit crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I was on point.
Yeah, I mean, but you get, like I said, short
Penny
career.
Hardaway. Huh, interesting. That was actually.
I don't know if I get Penny Hardaway all time.
No, I know, but that was like, him
and Shaq was fun together. You know what I'm saying? He did some great things, but it's the same reason I can't put Yao Ming on there. But Dwight Howard is really the only nigga left off this list that can say when he was playing for more than one season, he was the best at his position.
Klay Thompson, I think, is a shout though. Is a shout out for like.
Klay should be on this list.
Oh man, this is a tough one.
I think Dwight Howard is the biggest snub for sure. I think you definitely got a case for Klay Thompson. Like Dame being on there, and honestly, really any of these niggas from the 60s and 50s that ain't, you know what I'm saying, like you said, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, any of them niggas, I don't care. Like those guys that we were looking up earlier before the show started rolling, they low key, I know we looked at what they had, still sus.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on to some drama in NBA. Ben Simmons.
Clucker.
That man is ruining his trade value. He's ruining his reputation.
And Rich Paul about to drop this nigga, bro.
And then you heard he got that back injury.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Suspended.
He got back spasms.
And he's not going to be able to play for a little while, and he's going to be out indefinitely.
Like that.
I have to, because, like, we know why.
Go ahead, bro. You can finish bringing it in, man. Go ahead.
But yeah, Ben Simmons, he's been reportedly disruptive in practice, not following team rules, just being a brat, basically. Being on his phone during the huddles, playing with his jersey in his pocket in the huddles, just being nonchalant and just ignoring everyone. He's just being a big ass baby. To the point. I mean, I understand. For me, here's where I stand, right?
All right, go ahead.
Let me hear you.
My man's the mediator.
So, I'm going to go both sides.
Neutral party.
Yeah.
Switzerland
I'm going to explain both sides.
Go ahead.
Ben Simmons is wrong, right? Mm-hmm. Because, yes, we understand you wanted to trade after the offseason. Because you was done. Okay,
made it clear. Yep.
Yeah. but they didn't trade you, right? Mm-hmm. So your job as a professional athlete, keyword professional.
I see you used the P word.
He did.
Your job until we trade you or you leave this team is to come in, do team activities, team practices, and 10 games and play to your best ability. Not be a baby. Not doing what the shit you're doing, shenanigans you're doing in practice. Not being detrimental to the team. You got your star player irritated. Joel Embiid said on record, I do not care about that man.
You know, this is why Kendall Jenner left him. Because he act like this.
See,
that's why she left you for Devin Booker.
Okay.
You cannot do that. Now on the Philly side,
oh shit, I forgot.
There's a Philly side.
Yeah, there's a Philly side to it.
I thought Philly was in the right the whole time.
There's some blame to go around.
No, everyone's to blame in this situation.
But
for Philly, for me, this man told you 6 months ago he did not want to play for you.
You did have time.
You had plenty of time to get trade offers. You had plenty of time to set something up, make sure that for any crazy situation
and they was BSing with it at first.
Exactly.
They were trying to trades.
Yeah, they were trying to
the demand
3 first round picks and 3 pick swaps, all that shit.
Yeah,
come on.
I understand you don't want to get no cheap shit for Ben Simmons because obviously you just paid him a fucking big ass contract.
33.
But at the same time, you cannot be unrealistic. No one's gonna give you 3 first round picks.
I don't know.
Especially in consecutive years. Like what?
Like, are you crazy?
In consecutive years, like no one's doing that.
Consecutive years.
No, even 2K won't let you do that. That's
like I don't think and maybe it's just I don't know that any team is willing to give up 3 consecutive first round picks for anybody. Like,
I don't care. Yeah, no. Well, let's just I don't know if it's LeBron.
I was gonna say I truly don't think a nigga's willing to. I don't think that somebody's willing
3 first round. That's a lot. I mean, I could 1 or 2, yeah, maybe, but not in consecutive.
But the thing is, you got to be an ass team to make that shit sound valuable.
I know, right?
That's true, and you got to be a bad team. So you're like, we're gonna get this guy, and then they got to. The other team has to take it, knowing that okay, we sending you a star player. So those picks are gonna be mid tier, but you ain't gonna be good enough to make the playoffs. So both teams are in limbo now.
Yeah, so like it's just like I understand you shouldn't get nothing like less than you got to balance the books, obviously balance the value, but y'all try to extort niggas. Like no, don't do that.
6 picks, you out your fucking mind.
I think the one thing I want to mention, and this is I think one of the most telling things about this whole situation.
Okay.
Is that there are no leaders on this Philadelphia 76ers team.
Organization.
That too. So like if you look at Miami or like a team with like a more proactive leader, you know, Golden State, Lakers, a real nigga would have grabbed that dude by the shirt and told him like, motherfucker, what are you doing?
Udonis Haslam will grab that nigga by the shirt.
He would have. UD40 ain't standing for none of this.
If he was in Miami, apparently he a mob boss, so
that's also facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I think this is
one of the checked.
He would have him knock on Ben Simmons. Was like, you come to practice.
Like if Jimmy Butler was still with the 76ers, he would.
That's the biggest mistake Philly's made.
You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of this says a lot about the organization as a whole and what they tolerate, and they tolerate anything.
I agree. I think it's not just the Sixers. I just think it's the league in general. There is, besides Miami, there is no 30 to 35-year-old guy. I mean, he doesn't have to be a great player, but just a nice role player. Comes in for like 10 minutes and go back. Yeah.
Even what Joel Embiid said. I don't care about that. You shouldn't even dare say that. You should be
to the media, bro.
You should be at the man's grill.
Yeah.
And telling him, you better suit up. You better get your ass ready.
Now granted, we don't know what sort of conversation, because we know that there was a reaching out that happened. Joel reached out to Ben Simmons. Now it's hard for me to believe that was anything beyond a text message.
Exactly what I mean is like there are no leaders there.
Yeah. It's not. It's a bad situation. I agree with Ali wholeheartedly that there is blame on both sides. Ben Simmons is not acting like a professional. Listen, you can't be paid $33 million and then just think niggas not gonna want you to show up. Like
they putting money on you, bro. You gotta do at least. I mean, I know you don't want to be there, but you can't do that. Now not only you hurting your value, trade value, you're hurting your
brand.
Your brand, you're hurting your future teammates' trust. They're like, all right, this ain't been a baby in Philly. He'll be a baby here. Like,
this ain't as worse as Nick Young, but it's getting there.
It's Well, Nick Young wasn't paid $33 million.
They wasn't paying Nick Young $33 million either.
Nigga, so I don't know. But Ben Simmons grow up. Philly, trade on that.
Be a better organization. I mean, like, I don't understand how you let it get this bad from an organizational standpoint. Because Ben Simmons did come to you quietly and say, "Get me the fuck out of here."
And not only did it once, Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey came to him again, and he said, "Nah, nigga, I'm gone."
So before it got out, now I'm not on anybody's. I think both parties are in the wrong. Mm-hmm. But from the Ben Simmons side of things, he went to you twice before this leaked to the media.
Yeah.
About getting out there.
They try to hope like, yeah, you can play it out and then see if your value goes up.
Like, no, nigga.
No, that's not. I think they try to like hope for the best, and that was the worst thing ever.
Like, he seen that presser, Doc Rivers saying, "I don't know if we can win a championship with Ben." He was like, "All right, bet, nigga, you not about to."
Like the media, whoever like is like coordinating these like responses is doing a abysmal job.
Oh my god! Yeah, whoever that PR director? They might need to get a new job.
I don't know if we can win.
Yeah.
I don't care about him.
Yeah. They should have taught him what to say.
Hey,
like,
man, being in Philly,
deflect, man, deflect.
Talk about like trying to get a nigga to feel wanted. This ain't even
being
close.
in Philly media right now got to be crazy, because no matter you especially if you cover the 76ers, nigga, you getting a click worthy topic or quote, nigga, every day.
Yeah.
I don't care about that man. At this point, he does what he wants.
I'm not a babysitter. We're not babysitters.
I'm not a baby. I was like,
I'm here to play basketball and win games.
And like, I feel him on a degree, but that shit stay in the locker room, dog. Like, you gotta understand him. Man.
That team is dysfunctional, and just I think for me, I think Sixers should just sit him out and make him out indefinitely until they trade him.
Okay, so we asked this question last time. Now, sitting where we sit today, is Ben Simmons gonna suit up for 76ers?
No,
not even remotely.
Okay,
yeah, no.
I forgot when I said maybe possibly until trade done some shit. But
yeah.
But nah, it definitely ain't happening now. I still think the Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving trade probably the most realistic.
You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I think he might have a change of mentality, knowing that his draft stock is almost like virtually gone. Not virtually, still there. I think he might suit up here and there just so he could, replenish his stock or trade value.
We'll see. We're gonna be take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned and watch this messages.
Are you looking for some way to edit your graphic content? Are you trying to plug in your logos? Well, look no further. Aaron.
This episode of the Running Back Podcast is being brought to you by Videos. Let me tell you a little something about Videos.
Talk to me, man.
So like E said, if you are struggling to get your content out there, you're looking to get stuff promoted, having some trouble getting logos to fly all through, look no further than the Videos website and mobile app.
They got a mobile app? Come on, talk to me.
Both of them.
I'm excited.
Whether you're doing it on the computer or you're doing it on your phone, they got something for you. We're talking about a fully automated system where you can have your logo coming in your own custom video in just 4 clicks.
4 clicks.
Hey man, that's fast.
You edit our videos 4 clicks. That's quick.
You say usually take like 10 clicks, and the 4 clicks is kind of quick.
And and maybe I get what people are thinking. Hey, I run a very specific business. I don't know if Videos has what I'm looking for. Well, Videos has 170 different templates for businesses, individuals, marketers, and people just like us. Podcasts.
Over 170 templates?
170.
It's a lot, man.
Best part, no resizing of your videos needed. So the video that you upload, you don't got to shrink it down. You don't have to fit it to screen. The perfect size that you upload is what you get.
That's a good feature, because sometimes it's inconvenient to change the size of a video.
And it can mess with the quality of all of that. It is tough. Now I get all these features. You know what I mean? All these features going on. All of these templates. Be
expensive, man.
First of all, let me tell you something. Videos has 2 packages for you.
2?
You got choices. And in both of these packages, one thing that I really want to get out there is that you get 25 gigabytes of free.
Free?
Free.
Wow.
free cloud storage because videos is 100% cloud based.
Oh wow! So 25 free gigabytes.
So you get on your computer.
That's a lot of gigabytes, man.
Yeah, you get on your computer, you get to work, you typing away, you start going. None of that stuff's gonna take up any space in your computer. It's all up in the cloud, man.
In the cloud, bro.
All up in the cloud. And those come in both packages. There is one that is being brought to you at a simple price of just $78. It is a one-time $78 fee, and you have the access to videos.
I like one-time fees.
Bro.
I like one-time fees.
Yeah, listen, we all got enough subscriptions in our lives. You don't need another one. Now they have a premium.
Talk to me about the premium.
Where you're jumping up to 150 free gigabytes of cloud storage. Access to a team that will help you in your editing.
I got a team?
You got a team.
Oh, man.
Their guarantee is your team is at least 3 videos professionals.
3 professionals?
At least.
I got a trio of people.
You got 3 other people trying to push your best product out there.
I like that.
That's the big 3 right there.
Big 3. And that sounds a lot, but that's coming to you at a low price of just $109.99. So $110, man. To get a team of people checking on everything you do.
Damn, that's a steal.
All that storage space. It's crazy. So please join the Running Back Podcast and the over 150,000 other businesses in using videos today.
Thank you. Let's go back to the show.
And welcome back to the show.
This guy.
Yo! Welcome back. Sorry.
Welcome back to the show. Our pop culture side of things, it's a good one today. I really like we're going with this. We're going to start with some controversial stuff, and then we have a list, ranking, however you want to put it, and it's the toughest one to date. But to start off with the first thing, the internet is trying to cancel Dave Chapelle.
They've been trying to cancel Dave Chappelle
That's
since
true. This has been active
since 2003.
Yeah.
Oh,
it just ramped up.
It's just Dave Chappelle show. So
yeah.
Man, they've been trying to cancel this man forever. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. That was really. Look. So essentially, Dave Chappelle had a new special that came out called The Closer. The Closer. The Closer.
The fuck?
And in this, it is if you know anything about Dave Chappelle, it is a very traditional Dave Chappelle type of comedy special. It is offensive, it's hilarious, but these are all the things that make Dave Chappelle great. Dave Chappelle is one of the greatest storytellers I've ever seen in terms of comedy. I think that's part of what makes him so incredible. But in this special, he specifically goes into some things about transgender people and his experiences with them. And the internet's not too happy about it, man.
You heard about that walk-off that Netflix was going to do?
They did. I think it did happen. I think they did. Some of them did walk out.
It's today. I think it's today or yesterday.
Yeah, if they didn't remove, they were trying to remove the special or something like that. For those of you, Netflix
not doing that. They pay for that. Right?
Netflix is 80% autonomous anyway. So, I mean,
way to put it.
I mean, literally, like there's a friend of mine works for Netflix, and his whole job is to just make sure the shit don't crash. And even then, they've got a backup server with another backup server, and then a backup server to that backup server. So everybody who works for it either writes, directs, or they just make sure the shit don't crash. And the people who make sure the shit don't crash and organize the meetings, Netflix is not terribly worried about them walking out of the building. So, Dave Chappelle is a comic. Part of being a comic is expressing your opinion, no matter how controversial, no matter what it does for others, it's giving your opinion. And honestly, it seemed a little odd. The people that he was like who were at the show getting upset, I'm like, bro, why would you go to a Dave Chappelle show? Like, some of the people I saw in the crowd that were like getting offended by the jokes, I'm like, why are you here? Because you look like one of them. But like, you look like one of them people who get offended by any and everything. Why are you here?
I mean, so like, how do I explain, right?
Go ahead. Explain.
I think Dave Chappelle's comedy since he got famous, has always been like not the same thing, but like he always goes like the same, you know, tells the story, you know, brings it in, and you know he always picks at people. It's his thing. Yeah, if you've ever seen a comedy, people are always gonna get picked on, right? That's the whole premise, right?
Right.
And if you're gonna go to a Dave Chapelle and like if seen his previous 2 specials, he's always targeting, right? He's always gonna target the trans community, all this, right? And I think in this time we're in, I think we go and a lot of people are super critical right off the jump.
Facts.
And Dave Chapelle has just been, you know, if anything, he's egging this on a lot more. I gotta say, he's egging this, right? But if you're a fan and you're watching Dave Chapelle at his like special and you're getting upset, you were never a fan of Dave Chapelle. Dave Chapelle has like been the same guy. Remember the grape drink joke? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Dave Chapelle don't leave out any. Don't leave out anybody.
Yeah. So
he had a whole thing. Oh, go ahead.
You're right. He had a whole. He's been doing this. The reason why people like Dave Chapelle because he, like you said, he ain't never changed up. But the same dude since he's been starting comedy. He's been uncensored. He's been unapologetic. He's been unfiltered, straightforward. Doesn't care, right? And that's why people like. Yeah, I know comedy. Some certain comedy isn't for everyone. Dave Chapelle comedy isn't not for everyone. Jimmy Fox comedy not for everyone. Larry the Cable Guy's comedy not for everyone. It just is.
Oh, Donald Glover, seriously
not for him. Yeah, it happens. Comedy is subjective. Whoever you find funny, you watch it. If you don't watch it or you ignore it. Mm-hmm. So why would you go back to it if you don't like it? For Dave Chapelle in the special, he addresses like a couple of things. I know he had jokes and stuff like that, but he addresses the trans community because he says multiple times in the special that he's transphobic. Like I said, he's very, very straightforward and blunt, and
at least he put it out there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like some people just say, "No, I'm not," and like still say like harsh shit, but he'll be like, "You know, I am."
Yeah, like you know, if you was a racist, like tell me, you know.
Yeah.
Like
I think I don't know.
I'd rather know.
Okay. Yeah.
I would rather know.
Yeah. But but yeah, and he was like, for the LGBT community, he said
BTQ plus.
Come on. Oh yeah, you're right.
It's a plus.
It is.
Plus.
Come on, man.
You gotta keep progression. We understand.
Here, man. We are progressive.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was a plus. I didn't know it was a plus sign.
You're not a feminist.
You know, it's funny. He actually talked about being a feminist, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that a little later.
Oh my god.
He was saying like how he was jealous. Even black people, like black people, we're just jealous of the
LGBTQ plus.
Nigga,
He just throwing letters in now.
A for assholes, what you want?
LGBTQ
plus.
LGBTQ plus.
There you go.
He was saying like he was jealous of how
you probably gonna get canceled for this shit.
I know he don't know what it stands for.
What?
Do you know what it stands for?
Lesbians, gays, bisexual, transsexual, queer, and plus.
Oh, okay. But you can't get the order right, but you know that?
How do you like
That's
wake
crazy.
up in the morning just like do you
Anyway, man, go ahead.
Anyways, he was saying how jealous he was because like how they could get their movement done quicker than black people did since what 1900, 1800s,
400 years, boy.
Yeah. So like they're moving like the gay pride, all that stuff, which is respectful. They should do that.
They
right?
should have it. Yeah.
But like they got that. There, boom.
Yo.
They took them like 5-10 years to get their movement moving.
So you just really like broke the glass for me just now. Remember that skit or that no.
No, because I think I know you're going with it. Go ahead.
You remember that one thing, that one comedy special he did for HBO, I think it was, where he mentioned the R. Kelly situation. He was like, how old is 15 really?
Mm-hmm.
And like the fact that you mentioned that how the movement, his comedy is like very like mature when you hear that, because because he said that in that skit, he was like, if you 15 and you make the conscious decision to get pissed on, how old is 15 really? And like now,
you sound like Riley from the Boondocks. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
And what he's saying, but you sound like Riley from the Boondocks.
my bad. I just like his comedy's making me think a little bit.
If you see piss, just move.
That's what I see piss coming. I move.
You see what I'm saying?
She saw piss coming. She stayed.
I was surprised.
No, but it was quite an interesting thing. Yeah, like Ali mentioned, you know, it's a situation where, you know, simply addressing something doesn't mean that you are like taking away from another group, another minority, another movement, anything like that. But I mean, that's kind of what in terms of getting progression happening. You know, that's what he was mentioning. That I mean, you even look at, you know, the whole Stop Asian Hate thing that came as a result of COVID. I mean, that shit was and still is.
He talked about that too. He said he didn't like when it was fighting each other, black people and Asian people.
Yeah, so it's just it was and again, Dave Chapelle is a comic. His whole thing is to live his life and then storytell to people what he has experienced and seen and gone through since the last time he told us a story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
and then back to when you was talking about feminists, and I know you're just joking, but he was like, yeah, the feminists, the Me Too movement, I support all that, but he said, I did not like how they conducted the movement. Like, yeah, because he was like, and then it was like, he was saying something about, like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a guy. You don't know what women do. He was like, well, I am just a guy that donated millions of dollars to the Me Too movement. So I don't know. I mean, I support you guys all the way. How many millions you donated? And then they was like, oh, and the crowd went wild because you donated. He was like, yeah, and he was like, I looked up the word feminist in the dictionary, and he was like, a human being that supports women's rights. He was like, I'm a feminist too, and then all that happened. It was like, yeah, man, pretty cool.
Well, I'm not gonna get into it. I don't want to get in trouble later. Yeah, you want to go to the next one?
Oh, we gonna drop off like that?
My bad. Like I was gonna say, like, because feminist comes in waves, and like right now it's like, I don't know, wave 3 feminists.
It's essentially what you because I think what you were gonna attempt to articulate, but say in a potentially damning way, was going to say that the mission behind feminists is great and something that you greatly support. However, there are agents of feminism that can be aggressive, attacking, and even hostile to people who aren't necessarily against it, but could potentially just be unaware.
Yeah. It's like anybody in any community. What you bring to that community, whether it be hostile or, you know, nonviolent, it's what you bring to it. So, you know, yeah.
Yeah, you know, guys do better. Everybody do better. Yeah.
That was. Now can we go to the next one? I'm like really excited about the next one.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
You gonna bring it in?
For sure. You gonna bring it in, man?
Listen, before I do.
Oh, he taking a sip. I'm gonna take my last sip right here in my bottle.
Oh, okay, I do got something.
Because we got a lot to talk about. All right. So last week. We did top 5 dairy snacks. That was
crazy.
That was a very, very heated debate.
Be looking out for the extras. We're gonna try those snacks on camera and everything, because there were some snacks that we all mentioned that, you know, we haven't tried, so we're gonna do that on camera as well.
Yeah. So and then now we talked about TV shows last week. We're gonna decide to go with Cartoon Network. We are planning on doing Disney, and we are planning on doing on Nickelodeon. But we just do animations, and then we do add-on live action stuff like that. But for the first part of animations, Cartoon Network top 5. Now listen,
talk to me.
We were all born in '96.
So no, I was in '95.
April '95.
I thought you knew me.
I said we were both born '96, and then he was an alien. He was born a year older than us. So. We were all the same age, right? We grew up watching these shows. Basically, in the 2000s, Cartoon Network had a great run of animations.
Going crazy.
Amazing.
That graphic of Wilt Chamberlain with the 55 points and 30-something rebounds, like that was Cartoon Network in the early 2000s.
Yes.
Are we going to start off with honorable mentions first?
I think we have to.
It's,
right.
for sure.
Just one, right?
Just one.
Just one. This is a plethora of shows that Cartoon Network made, which is absolutely. And there was some misses.
They missed a few times.
It missed, some flops. It happens, you're not gonna be 100%.
Yeah,
but they come pretty close.
I'm saying 75 ain't bad. 75 ain't bad. I'll tell you that.
Hey, listen, you take 90% from the free throw line, man.
Yeah. So this is good. Yeah, let's go to honorable mention. Aaron, you would like to go first?
Yeah. I go first. So for my honorable mention with this show, this was not a show that I would say this is probably the least known show on my list. It definitely is. But it just held a special place in my heart because of what Andre 3000 means to me and my childhood and the show specifically. I'm talking about Class of 3000. The show had a short run, debuted November 3rd, 2006, ended in May of 2008-ish. They aired some episodes and filmed some stuff later, but that show centered around Andre 3000, who's a music teacher at this middle school where they go on all sorts of adventures and everything like that. It's a diverse casting in both the voice actors and how they're portrayed on the show. The artwork of the show was very unique, but just appealing to the eye. And then, of course, Andre 3000's producing it. So any music, which was a lot of it that they did on the show, fire. So my honorable mention goes to Class of 3000. Sing.
Let up write down 2008.
Class of 2008.
Oh, what the hell? That's funny as hell. I'm like, what? Go ahead.
I chose one that's more newish just because I don't believe it should be in the top 5. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the regular show.
I can respect that. I don't
It doesn't belong in the top 5. Like, unless it's in your top 5, then it belongs in your top 5. No, I think the regular show was just too, like, for me, it's a great show, but not deserving of my top 5. It's hilarious. Like, some of the nonsense that goes on, like, oh my goodness, it is hysterical. Mordecai, Rigby, Skips. Oh my goodness, who's the gumball machine?
Benson.
Benson is the funniest, angriest dude you'll ever meet.
Dude, I like Pops. Like,
good show.
Good show. You talk about me.
I respect you. I get what you're saying. I'm gonna be interested in the rest of your list.
Yeah.
Because
I respectfully disagree.
Is it in your top 5?
Yeah, it is my top 5.
I'm not gonna say it shouldn't. I'm just saying for me,
I respectfully disagree with you.
I also have to respectfully disagree with you.
But I have different shows, and my top 5 is gonna be top 5.
Okay, we're gonna hear it.
My honorable mention is one of my favorite martial art actor. He created an animation, Jackie Chan Adventures.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Step out on the limb.
Fire.
It was fire.
Uncle's the best character on that thing.
He's hilarious. He was a dual action. You know what I'm saying? He could fight. Mm-hmm. He was funny. He was serious. He was a great all-around character.
Jade, El Toro Fuerte. Oh my goodness!
It was just a great show. He was fighting.
I tried.
Big villains, fantasy villains. He was turning himself into a cartoon character.
The talisman.
I thought Jackie Chan was a real life superhero during that show.
And then I remember the little blooper interviews after the show.
I forgot about that low key.
Yeah, I forgot about
That's heat. Yeah.
So it was just a mix of comedy and action, and Jackie Chan's one of my favorite actors of all time. And martial art people too, yeah.
Respect. Okay.
Right, who gonna go
now
first?
We're getting into the list.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Since we already brought it up, number 5, regular show.
I also have regular show as my number 5.
All right, boom, there we go. So, and just what he said, just number 5.
It's a good show. It's newer. You know, it's the newest show on the list. But I mean, I think they hit it right on the head. The show took you
on
through
the money.
I mean, like
it's just like. And I like how it wasn't no storyline until like towards the end, obviously, because they wanted to close it out. But
they was just doing whatever.
It was a good comedic relief and like Rigby and Mordecai's dynamic relationship, how they feed off each other.
Crazy, bro.
It's just amazing. And then, like, obviously the side characters, Muscle Man, Benson, Pops.
You know what I say?
Muscle Man.
Bro, when Skips used to actually, like, when they told the story on how Skips got his name Skips, was the funniest shit ever,
That
bro.
shit was great.
Yeah, and he just started skipping around. Just like, and now you just know why.
Bro, these niggas was fighting gods on different planets. Like, come on, bro.
The funniest thing I loved is like Muscle Man's. You know who else likes peanut butter sandwiches? Your mom. Your mom.
But you know what I'll say for every show is an argument. I get it. It's the newest show probably on any of our lists, right? But I think there's something to be said about seeing a show being in high school and seeing a cartoon and still finding that entertaining the same way that we found these other cartoons entertaining as children.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about the writing, the comedy of the show, story progression, and being able to give you, to Ali's point, not following a storyline, being able to give you a full ride of emotions in 30 minutes. And when they first did the show, they used to break it up into 250, like
250 minutes.
And so, like, I think there's something to be said about how quality the writing was throughout that show to make that happen. So
I might go home and watch that. I don't know.
Facts, bro. I was about to say I'm gonna go home and watch it. Like, I'm gonna go down the hall and watch it. So what's your number 5 then, E?
Teen Titans.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I knew I left the show out. God damn.
Yeah, you see why I didn't put that in my top 5.
Fuck.
Teen Titans.
Fuck.
One of the greatest storylines.
You know what was funny?
Original
Me
Teen
and my
Titans,
girlfriend,
right?
we watched that whole series. We was just like, this is a great show.
Original Teen Titans episode? You mean? Yeah, okay.
Nick the Go.
I mean, hey man, listen. Go ain't, I mean, it ain't up there with the original, but Teen Titans Go is heat.
I go Go is like
Go is a comic relief on the stress that really was.
It's like
Teen
a parody
Titans.
of Teen Titans.
That's that whole Twitter like was blowing up when that song that Beast Boy did about
That
not
was a fire
chasing
song.
That shit was like actually
song.
heat.
Bruh, but
I'm kind of jealous now because
Yeah, I know, because I chose up there. But Teen Titans, man.
I think I got a show that's equally as good though.
Do you have Teen Titans? No, I'm just kidding. But nah, Teen Titans hit it on the mark almost every time. I mean, really every time. It was just, they weren't the primary heroes, so you gotta, you sort of felt, similar to like not being the guy if you were never the guy. The storylines was a hit. Cyborg storyline, oh my goodness, the friendships, Beast. Remember, I got the Sonic if you got the Boom.
Hey, what about my nigga Robin just fiending for Starfire the whole time though?
Raven.
I ain't like how Robin was so obsessed with this nigga Slade, bro. I was like, bro, I understand.
Yeah,
Slade was a pedophile. Why you obsessed with these little kids, man?
That's true.
Hey, you grown ass man trying to fight these 12-year-olds, bro.
They have superpowers.
No, they 12.
They're teens.
I think Starfire was like 25.
She was the oldest one though, but she was a teenager body. So
My boy Robin was on her. He was
smashed.
on her dually, bro.
It don't matter. He smashed.
Yeah, that was
Still hit though.
He still hit though. It don't matter. He still hit. It don't matter.
That nigga funny.
He still hit though. It don't matter how old she was.
Okay, that's respect. Hey, that's fine.
I'm kind of jealous that you have that and I don't. But
It's crazy.
I know you
Ain't
didn't,
really
'cause you
no
didn't
wrong
think
answers
about
on
it,
here.
man.
But go ahead, man. What you got?
It
Your
was number 4, right?
Number 4.
Wait, this is not number 4. Or you just did number 5, right?
I just did my. I'm talking about you.
Okay, I'm
you're
number 4.
number 4,
Okay. Making sure. I was like, you did number 4.
Yeah, no.
All right, number 4 is Dexter's Laboratory.
That's heat. That's heat.
Listen,
That's heat every time.
the premise of this show is this young little boy
Facts.
and his older sister, who's acts like she's younger, but she's older. I didn't know that until after they went to school and he was in a younger grade than her. I didn't know that, so it took me a while to figure it out. Anyways, because like they didn't discuss age until like later in the show.
No, man. Like, you remember the episode, him and Action Hank with the beard?
Yeah.
Action Hank.
And a thing I loved about Dexter's Laboratory, they had the main premise of the show, and then they also had little skits.
They used to go off, bro. Like
They had the fake Justice League. They had
That shit
the
was
monkey,
hilarious.
Monkey and the duck.
the monkey, and then
Man Dark.
and then they would have their own little like 5-minute little
just in between episodes,
yeah,
bro.
like commercial break. I'm like, dude, this is a quality show.
Man.
And then obviously the genius, he might be even genius because
you crushing on the mama?
of course. Dexter's mom. If you're watching this,
listen, we talking about cartoons. We talking about Dexter's mom. We talking about Miss Incredible.
Remember,
she top 2. Bro.
We're gonna have a segment like this.
Remember when Dexter mama got into that fight in that one episode where it was just her in the fight with that other woman?
Oh, wait. Oh. Shorty was throwing hands too.
I know, man.
They was going crazy.
The dad, he didn't treat her right. I can treat you right.
Well, I know one clip we can't put. Well, as much as I hate having similar lists, I also have Dexter's Laboratory as my number 4.
Exactly. Here we go.
I mean,
I gotta be different.
Look, it's a fire show, man. For all the reasons that Ali said. I mean,
all the reasons.
Yeah, I mean, this guy. But it's just, I mean, you talking about a show, very unique concept. I mean, this man had a whole different world in his big room.
My thing is, how did he fit the entire lab behind his bookcase and underneath his rug?
It's hilarious. Like, and I know it's a cartoon, but like it's just funny having like doing background and construction. Know how you got to like register before you put a fence up. You got to tell the city, and this nigga had a lab under his shit. But no, I mean, fire show to bring in the antagonist of Mandark and put that whole sub thing. I mean, like they would have different episodes with some overlaying story parts that they would play back to. I mean, it was comedy, bro. They were great. It was fantastic. Love everything about Dexter's Lab. And I think, another thing I'll say, they ended Dexter's Lab at the right time. A nice 7-year run. They didn't overextend it, and for that, everything about the show was fire.
You remember that meme they had with Dexter looking in the mirror?
I have failed you.
Oh my goodness.
What you got your number 4, my boy?
My number 4, I didn't get Dexter. Mine is Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, that's a little high, my boy.
Bro,
you got that over Teen Titans?
The only reason
over Teen Titans?
Because
at regular show?
Oh, yeah, over regular show. Nuts.
Foster's Imaginary.
Do you not remember, what was his name? Cheese?
Oh, yeah, he was annoying.
He was hilarious. Chocolate milk. And then Blue. And then they had the dude.
Basketball player?
Yeah.
Was it Will?
It was Will.
Oh, Will, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It was like so cool. Like, and then like it made having imaginary friends cool for a TV show.
It did. It was a very cool concept, I think, of a show, like an orphanage for these imaginary friends for kids once they get too older. But here's this one kid, like, oh man, that was a hell of a show, bro.
I think like the whole idea as a concept was very like beyond. I think beyond its time, to be honest. But
facts.
This was a good show. This was a wholehearted show.
Little British Rabbit too, running the whole joint. Like nigga was mean, but very, very soft. My boy, Waldo. And you want to talk about diversity in the show?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And then Blue,
my boy Blue.
Mac was the girl, right?
Mac was a dude.
Who's the girl? What's the girl's name?
Frankie.
Yeah,
Frankie. Okay.
Mac was the dude. But yeah, that
was a good show, man.
I just try and bring it.
Aaron, what's your number 3?
Oh, Aaron, you going number 3?
Oh, I get okay. My number 3 goes to a show we all loved as a kid. Maybe gave you some nightmares. And this show,
I know what you're gonna say.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. My boy. That little purple dog went through hell every episode. They put my boy through it for no reason, dog. Like, just move, man. Bro. But
how can he move? The owner was not trying to move.
He wasn't, man. And I seen a thing on Twitter too, and I had to put that shit to rest. Somebody asked if Eustace was racist. I'm like, nah, my nigga hated everybody.
He hated every color, every shape, every object,
species. He don't care, bro. He hate everybody.
Even that mural, he hated it, bro.
But that Courage has some real creepy ass episodes, bro. Like, no cap.
I ain't gonna lie. The one with the cat, I know he ain't do nothing crazy, but like he just
with the hotel and shit.
Yeah, it just creeped me out.
Hey, that little drum beat that had nigga bugging that.
Dude, like watching that at night made it 10 times scarier, dude.
But like,
what episode got me? That nigga, that zombie shit. when that nigga was trying to get Courage to dig him up and film the whole thing, and then they hit that full moon, and my nigga had like the real face and shit. I'm like, bro, y'all.
No, they got some wild ass episodes. Though. I ain't gonna forget.
I think Courage is probably the one show that, as a kid, you think differently than as an adult, and it's like,
hilarious.
It's two different things.
It's hilarious.
Watching it now is absolutely hilarious. I mean, some stuff are still a little creepy, but some shit just like this shit is funny as hell.
Like, out of all the shows, that's the one show that like your thinking's always gonna change.
My nigga used to break the fourth wall and talk to. I mean, like my nigga Courage was
Courage.
That little computer upstairs and shit, bro. Like,
he was like, that should be killing me.
Hey, bro.
Remember I be doing the Google searches on the computer?
Right, he be going that long ass hallway, be like,
bruh,
run back out. I'm like,
that's actually top notch.
Courage the Cowardly Dog is a top notch show. We talking about emotional roller coasters, comedy, creeping you out just a little bit, just enough to stay on the edge and make sure your parents will let you watch it. Great show.
That was definitely PG-13.
Borderline a thriller.
Borderline. Facts. Yeah.
My number 3. It's not as funny. It's very, very serious.
Oh.
So, my number 3 show. It's not as funny as Courage, or not as scary, but a little bit more serious.
Okay.
A little bit more action packed. A little bit more comic.
I know this is.
You know what this is? I think I got it down.
It is Justice League.
Oh, I thought I was going to say
Static.
I was going to. I said that, but Static Shock was up there too.
That's a good guess. But it's Justice League.
Okay. Talk to me.
Was it unlimited or was it just a regular Justice League?
Well, there were
it was two. I know it was two
The
versions.
original Justice League is what brought us to come. That's what you would have seen first.
Yeah, okay. Then unlimited came. Okay. Either way, I like both of them. Anyways. Either way, I like both of them. This show was top notch.
Facts.
It wasn't too crazy where your parents like, nah, it's too violent, put this away, or it wasn't too
It was a pretty nice blend.
Yeah, it was not. It was a nice medium, and you could just enjoy it. If you couldn't read the comics, you're like, I don't want to read it. Watch the TV show. You're like, boom, right there, the comics right there in live action. It was just a great show, great storyline, great fight scenes, great dialogue, which was amazing. I had a little bit of jokes. Batman. One woman was on the top of the roof, and one of the women saw these couple go inside the diner, and she was like, that could be us. He was like, I don't date inside the team, and walked off like that. It's too much conflict of interest. Or
Nigga was cool enough to walk off on that.
Yeah, Batman was cold hearted, bro. He didn't.
Man, back when DC had the power, bro.
No, I mean DC's always gonna have the power in animation.
Animation, DC got it.
You right?
No, because if you see the new movies now,
I ain't gonna lie though. Out of all the Batmans, Justice League Batman was probably the coldest dude. Remember when he like made out with that cheetah?
Yo,
and he was just using her, and I'm like, this dude, Batman.
My man was tunnel vision, bro.
Yeah, the Batman you see in the movies or in the everyday TV show, that ain't the Batman y'all see in the comic movies. They have it on. It's on DC, right? On HBO Max. Has it.
HBO Max.
Yeah. Man, that Batman,
go check it out.
That Batman ruthless. He don't give a damn. Is he gonna save himself or he gonna try to save the team? But if
it came down to it,
if it comes out between him and the team, he's gonna save himself. You know what I'm saying? Save people.
He's the smartest dude out there.
That's a good number. Hey, that's solid, bro.
Justice League's heat.
That's solid.
If you ever seen it, go watch it. Heat.
What you got, my boy?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Codename Kids Next Door.
You let me down, man.
I let you down?
You let me down.
Codename Kids Next Door?
You let me down.
Was that not one of the greatest shows of all time?
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Is it too high?
Hey, man, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
we ain't gonna take your shine, bro.
I mean, I love Kids Next Door because it was like, this is what you imagined as a kid that you'd want to do with your friends at a treehouse of that nature.
Yep.
And like,
the only reason why I went on the tree house.
Facts. The only reason why you could put a plane in that bitch. But I think one of the things was like about it was like everybody was so different and their adventures were so childish and at the same time crazy.
They was really out here scrapping, bro.
You remember
with the adults and teenagers, dog?
Like number 5 with the candy bearded pirate. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
I thought that was 4.
That was 5. The
That
black
was
girl.
number 5. It was number 5.
Okay.
Only black girl on the show, man.
Because remember, she had the little sugar beard and everything, bro. They was on her ass, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first episodes when they was in that chocolate. It was the first episode I ever seen. It was fighting the ice cream people, and they had chocolate.
Yep.
And chocolate people turned into like little statues, chocolate statues.
They turned into the statues, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, this show is just...
Listen, and when they did the full expansion and showed you like the headquarters, and then that little movie that they did, heat, bro.
And then I like how they had each weapon, and each weapon had a name, but each name was an acronym.
Hey, that might have been one of the most clever parts of the show.
And like every acronym just makes sense. As a kid, you're like, okay, that makes sense.
Like, yeah.
And I mean, and the little love stories between some of the guys, some of the characters.
Number 1 and what's her name with the glasses?
I was specifically talking about number 5 and number 2. Number 3 and 4 were like into it too.
You said 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Damn, what was the girl he was in love? He was in love with a show.
Yeah. After a while, after she was kept harassing him.
Man.
Nigel,
and then going through the whole age up thing too, man. They was talking about that boy.
And then then when you get to 13, you turn into the teenager side.
And they show you the age out process, nigga. When that shit had me in tears almost. Boy.
And then Nigel was almost 13, and
it was like the equivalence of like Action Pack with the humor, and they did that parody episode where all of them in their own dreams. Remember number 4 had the Dragon Ball Z thing.
Bro.
Yeah. So
that shit was crazy.
That one was like full circle.
Yeah, man. And so for all the reasons you just named, Codename Kids Next Door is my number 2 show.
My number 2 too.
Listen, the show is fire, bro. The show is absolute fire. Writing, comedy, action, adventure, storytelling, whatever you are looking for in a show. I mean, even the acting from because I going back and watching this show as an adult, like the voice acting in this show is good. And it's like really good.
Yeah, I like every character's personalities. I like how everyone is different from number 1 to number 100,000, whoever, how many numbers they had. It was different every time. It was pretty cool.
And I love you. Remember them niggas used to walk together. The ones who
the evil villain.
Yeah, what was it? They called him dad or father or some shit. Was it dad?
First of all, this is another show that's half the villains are pedophiles. Why not find kids? Huh?
What was the dynamic of this? So no one wanted to be an adult, so they fought the.
But like, why are you fighting kids? Like, what? You should go to jail.
Like, nigga, don't you got to clock in at the insurance agency, my nigga? Why is you wearing what the fuck I'm doing?
And then like the weird 5 group, they all stood together. What was the team? What was that?
I don't remember their names.
I don't remember their names.
Yeah, but it was just like it was funny and how they it was just a great show and
that logo.
The theme song.
Facts.
It was good. It was a great show. Well, since we both had to say number 2, what's your number 2?
This was more okay. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna explain why. Right?
Okay. Just like how we did.
Static Shock was my number 2.
Your order is
Static Shock for me as my number 2.
Okay.
Black hero.
Facts.
Single father. Storyline impeccable. Gang violence.
Impeccable? It's impeccable.
And gang violence. No. Gang violence. Remember Richie's dad was a racist?
Yep.
This nigga said it was impeccable.
No, impeccable.
No, he said he was like, it was impeccable. Like, nigga, what?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Gang violence, racism.
And like at the same time, all of it tying down. Superhero,
Static Shock.
I think one of the things is like this is the first time you as a kid, even for me, seeing a black superhero.
It was very monumental.
We was talking about they was talking about real world shit going on.
Exactly. The father was like a community center dude. Mother was a EMT. She died. That's like the first time I ever like really teared up. Alert. I mean, she was always there. We always knew she wasn't there. But like that was like the show. That was like one of the first shows I almost teared up because like they went back in time on an episode to find the mother and keep her alive. You know what I'm saying?
That one got me.
You know, they had like the All-Star team, and they were superheroes. Remember that? Shaq was in it. Yao Ming. I think they had an episode with the what them dudes who do the basketball tricks. Globetrotters.
Do the basketball tricks.
They did a fusion with the combination with the Justice League, like Static Shock as a whole. Almost.
He was on Batman Beyond.
Very compelling argument.
I try.
I don't know number 2.
I don't know about number two.
Number 2 is more personal than anything.
Argument. I'm not disagreeing with any of your reasons, and I'm actually a little upset I didn't make Static Shock didn't make my list. But
I mean, you got a good list though. So,
but yeah,
is it just me, or do I have a feeling we all have the same number 1?
We might have all the same.
All right, let's all say it at the same time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Ed and Eddie. All right. That was always going to be the number
1. I mean, you got the smart guy, you got the schemer, and then you got the fucking dumbass. But he was kind of strong as hell, and it was a great dynamic of trio. I mean,
bro,
the adventures they went on, the big ass jawbreakers that he was doing.
My niggas was hustlers, bro.
My nigga was trying to sell jawbreakers. He a businessman.
That nigga was selling anything. If niggas had quarters, my boy was selling it.
Right.
He tried to take Double D shit first episode, bro. He like, let me get that label maker that you make it with everything, bro. We gonna go around, we gonna label the hood and charge niggas for it. Like, what? My boy Eddie was on trash from the jump.
A 10-year run, man? Come on, guys.
A good 10-year run.
Yeah, consistent.
Never fell off. Never fell off. We find this a lot with cartoons with these long run. Honestly, once you get over 5 years, you start to have some drop off. Ed and Eddie never fell off. It never even came close. You was never watched the episode. Ed and Eddie was like,
even the movie was great.
The movie was heat. You talking episode difference? You remember when they stole from my nigga Rolf and he was about to kill that nigga, bro?
Yeah.
He had him on the log, had the fish head out, had the sky red. He was about to kill bro. He was finna kill, bro.
Oh my goodness, man! I think some of the like Jimmy with bouncy,
bro. Wait, bro. Then the girl was.
Nas, Nas, bro. Everybody was on Nas, bro.
On her tip, heavy, bro.
Bruh. And then what's her little sister do? I hate her. Everybody hated her. Sarah hated her.
Couldn't stand her.
It was just a great dynamic, great story, and we loved it.
And it's
shout out to what's his name? Danny Altanucci.
Appreciate you for bringing that show to us.
Remember the episode where like Ed was like having like sleepwalking, and he kept like taking people's food out their fridges,
and he had that shit all under his bed and everything. And
bro, that man Ed was a bona fide fool, bro.
That shit.
But like, you couldn't really do nothing because he was like the biggest nigga on the block, and you couldn't really fight him or like do something unless you told his mom or dad. Like,
bro, you know shit was hilarious. Remember the first time they met the Kanker sisters, bro, and they made them sloppy joes, and this nigga Ed took out a straw and was drinking that motherfucker, bro. Like, niggas was really wild.
It was dope.
They was out here giving away they dad's robes to these niggas that they just met and feeding them this bullshit. The nigga Eddie took a tire out his mouth while he was eating it.
Bruh.
That's great.
The whole pea shooter episode, like, bro.
Oh, the what do they call it? Remember they was using turkey basters as squirt guns, but they called it something else.
Yeah, they was real life dueling with them bitches.
What was the name of that? Because the name of that was the funniest thing. It was like you gotta find the name.
I gotta find it, bro.
Ed and Eddie turkey baster.
I'm so happy that we all know what the best show Cartoon Network ever came out with was.
Turkey baster. What was that? What was the name of that thing?
The Canadian squirt gun.
That wasn't it.
It was the name of the episode. What did they call them?
Come on. It was the funniest thing ever. Come on, it was.
That's what they saying. It was called. What they saying? It was called the Canadian squirt gun. But my nigga was really selling turkey basters. Sold them for 50 cents with a free sock. Nigga was selling people socks as the holster, giving them a buy one get free.
Eddie was a hustler.
I'm
a hustler, homie.
And then they made the Gatling gun out of it when they was turning that bitch around and shit. Like, bro, Ed and Eddie. I was gonna say it was before its time. It wasn't. It came right at the right time. 10-year run, no fall off. I mean, Like, I genuinely don't think, and Cartoon Network, you know, has had some joints. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't mentioned Johnny Bravo. We ain't mentioned the Powerpuff Girls.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Camp
Laszlo was heat.
Cow and Chicken.
You know what I'm saying? The first run of Ben 10. Like,
Chowder was hilarious. Chowder just random as shit.
Steven's Universe went crazy too. And
hey, y'all know underrated funny show? Watch Clarence. That shit just random as hell. That shit funny as hell, bro. Clarence is funny.
Is that the one with the little? Is he pink or some shit?
Yeah,
that's funny. You know, I never seen the full episode. I'll go watch it because you said it's funny. If it ain't funny, I'm gonna let you know though.
This right here, this nigga is funny, bro. I don't care, bro.
Adventure Time 2 was pretty wild.
I feel like we're missing a few.
I mean, shit.
Anything else we missing? I don't care.
Yeah, it ain't nothing too crazy. We hit the main joints. That Star Wars shit, that was a flop. They shouldn't have did that. My gym partner's a monkey. They shouldn't have did that either.
I thought that was funny.
Nah.
No, because
Flapjack.
You know what the name of the school they went to? Charles Darwin Middle School.
Bro, I'm saying that was a this was quite a, you know, it was so wait, Ali, what was me and your list were pretty
similar.
What, other than 3?
Other than 3, yeah. Other than 3.
Am I the only one who thinks differently? Yes.
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with your picks. I mean, you had some really good shows.
I hate your order. I
just don't like your order.
Yeah.
None of you guys picked Teen Titans, which is the saddest thing.
I'm upset I didn't pick.
I probably would take out regular show for Teen Titans, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Teen Titans was great.
Teen Titans was heat.
Teen Titans was heat, and the enemies, bro, top notch enemies. Like,
I felt like an anime, to be honest.
It did feel anime-ish. It had some anime elements. I don't think I was as drawn, like, storytelling wise as you get with anime. But like action wise, yeah, I give you that.
Top notch.
It's up there. That shit was great, man. That was a great segment. Yeah, these lists are really becoming popular on our, like, to close out our pop culture. I mean, there's just so many things to rank, you know, so many things to talk about, and, you know, as long as you guys are willing to listen, we'll tell you what we think about just about anything. But yeah, now let us know what you guys think are Cartoon Network's best shows if we missed one, or if you would put it in a different list. You know, if you put Cow and Chicken in your top list, you might.
That was
Cow and Chicken in your top 5. You should not watch.
No, Cartoon. But that was a funny show. That definitely.
It wasn't top 5.
No, it ain't top 5. I'm just saying. But if you did pick it, I could understand.
Like, you know, that probably shouldn't make your top 5. I don't know if Johnny Bravo should make your top 5 for real.
You got Powerpuff Girls? I respect you.
I can respect Powerpuff Girls. I can respect Samurai Jack for sure. Scooby Doo.
Oh, Samurai Jack.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
A pup named Scooby Doo needs more love, though.
That's a.
You know what? You absolutely.
Hey, we might have to do a episode who got the best theme songs, bro. Because that theme song, man, Pup Named Scooby Doo.
A pup named Scooby Doo really don't get the love it deserves. I think it's because it came at like a weird time.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like between Scooby Doo and.
It was in between Scooby Doo and Western New, and then it was in that, like, not necessarily transition to like the internet as we know it now, but like I would say the early ages of the internet era. You know what I'm saying? It came out during that time when people really kind of stopped watching TV and was moving over to like YouTube and everything like that.
Do you remember Johnny Test?
Yeah, it was a cool show.
Vaguely, it was alright.
I remember the 2 genius sisters, and that nigga had some wild hair, and he had a dog that talked and drank coffee. And like a skateboard or some shit, or a scooter or something they gave him. But yeah, man, you know, let us know what your top shows are. You know, like I said, there's some wrong answers.
I wasn't wrong.
Like I said, I agree with you, Liz, wholeheartedly.
I'm so glad we chose Ed and Eddie. I really thought one of y'all niggas would have said some dumb shit.
Honestly, Ali, you was the one I was scared about.
You ain't shit.
I didn't. It's not that I because our lists were so similar to that point. I'm like, there's no way this nigga got. And if we do, he gonna fuck it up with Ed and Eddie. I just know it because he been on point the whole time. He gotta fuck it up with Ed and Eddie. And then, like, I was pretty sure you was gonna say it because you and I have talked about that before.
Oh, yeah.
That Ed and Eddie's it's a top tier show.
Yeah,
Like damn Cartoon Network, like across the board. It's in the top 3 across the board.
Oh, and it's funny every time. As a kid, it's as funny as then as it is now. I still laugh at the dumb shit they do. Even
it's on HBO Max too, ain't it? If you got HBO Max, listen, pay that $15, bro.
It's $10 now.
Well,
have I reached the point in my life that I'm not looking at how much they charge me for things? Is this success?
Well,
it's
if you got AT&T, it's kind of free. So,
oh, for real? I'm not
so.
about to get a whole new phone plan though. Just to get
I'm saying that's a process, my guy.
But yeah,
especially with it being less money. But like I said, drop down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think are your favorite Cartoon Network shows. We appreciate you rocking out with us for another episode of the Running Back Podcast. We will catch you next week.
Peace.
Doses.